Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Inside NHSTRA, broadcasting live from Claremont Motorsports Park. Street stock heat number 1 hitting the field as we speak.
How many street stocks do we have tonight?
I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know, but we got the general running third.
Yeah, we got 8 out there right now.
That purple 85 reminds me of Kevin Stewart's modified.
Yeah,
It's the right colors, you know?
right, exactly. A 7 of Eric Smith, followed by Jim Carley.
Although it doesn't go as good as Kevin's modified.
Trevor Rock and Matthew Sonhalter out in front by quite a bit here. Hagar's pulled out the old General Lee, which I love to see.
Yeah, but you got the front two just walking away.
Yeah, 2.55 second advantage to the over 2 and 3. '79 of Trevor Rock, the 33 of Matt Sonhalter, the 01 of Robert Hagar, Andrew Baruso in the 81, Chris Lindquist in the 35, Eric Smith, and Kaylee Eastman rounding out the field. Oh, Jim Carley, 8. Sorry, I didn't see that one back there. One to go. That would be the 79 of Trevor Rock, Matt Sonhalter, and Robert Hagar, your top 3. Well, I love the looks of that old 95 there.
That's what a street stock should look like.
That's what they all used to look like, isn't it?
I miss those days.
Pretty much all like Camaro bodies.
Camaro bodies. I always loved the Malibus.
Malibus, Camaro bodies. Yep.
So we must have got some fake news in the pits there when we went on break.
Well, I don't. We had so many people talking.
Well,
I don't remember.
No, I was going to say if David Greenslet's going to start tail for the extra $300, He told us all the problems that he had with the car, and he was going to have that third round of practice. Maybe the car wasn't so bad after all.
Let me let you in on a little secret. I asked him every single week, how's the car, and there's always a major catastrophe with it.
Has anybody ever told you the car is absolutely perfect?
Never.
Exactly.
Not a once.
There's always something.
They don't have enough horsepower. I don't ever want to hear driver. Car's perfect.
Chris Coburn followed by Dennis Greenwood. Greenwood pulling out in front. Door handle to door handle.
He's holding on to her, though.
That 95 is loose.
Yeah, but that's old style right there. Camaro Burst Firebird looks like.
I don't know if it's as loose so much or he doesn't have the right line going into one.
One is a hard line to figure out here.
I actually forget what podcast I was listening to, but they described Claremont as when they built it, they must have been drunk and they forgot to put in turn one.
3 wide. Yeah, in turn 4, they went through the whole story with Donnie Miller on how that turn 1 ended the way it was. It's actually an interesting story. I suggest everybody go look up that one. Brandon Gray wants that position.
That kid can drive.
Oh.
He's got it. Brandon to the front.
And like you said, you like the old Monte Carlos, Joe. There you go.
No, I said like the Malibu.
Oh, the Malibus. I'm sorry.
I do miss those
Gotcha.
old Malibus. Those were
Yeah,
slick.
the Malibus. I got you.
But I also miss the days of the stock front nose clip. So and you had those push bars coming through them, and
Yes,
you had some mean front bumpers.
correct.
Clark Brooks, P3. He's doing pretty good. Clark is
he's
a
a
very
little
good
wheel man.
up-and-coming driver. Greenslit's just protecting his junk. He knows he's going to start scratching the feature
He's
to win
just
that
working
bonus.
to get
So.
him into a qualifying position and then save everything,
Yep.
which is the smart thing to do if he's going to start tail.
Where's everybody listening to us from? I'm curious to where all our listeners and watchers are from. 95. I don't think he's going to make it.
I don't know.
Brooksy's got him right here going into this corner.
I give him a lot of credit for what he's doing.
Oh, he's holding on. I think he's going to hold on for
He's
it.
got him clear.
There he goes.
Brandon Gray, Coburn, Brooks, your top 3.
P2 should get him back on the front row for the feature.
Should.
What a good run right there.
That was a good race.
I love the nice, clean action, and that this division has turned out to be one of the best divisions in the state.
With the hardcore clean racing. You know, you get that hardcore clean racing and not the dirty racing, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the days of when people just bump to win, I hate it. It's last lap, last corner, dump them. I'm not a fan of that kind of
Not
racing.
dump them. What did Earnhardt used to say?
I just tried to rattle his cage.
There
I
you
don't
go,
mind a
Joe.
little cage
I
rattling.
just meant to rattle his cage.
Well, even in the pro stocks last week, Nick Cusack just wanted to get him out of shape. He didn't mean to dump him.
Exactly.
But it is what it is. You gave him that bumper a little bit too hard.
Anybody who's watching on Facebook, just a heads up, if you go to YouTube and search NHSTRA, you'll find our YouTube page. We are also broadcasting live on there, and it's a way better signal that you're going to be getting from here. Give P1 to Bernacchi. Out front, domination. Steve Miller, those gray cars, you can't beat those things.
No. And which Steve Miller is that? The Space Cowboy or the Gangster of Love?
That would be the Space Cowboy. Gangster of Love is in the 79, the orange and blue.
See, I do listen to some things.
What's up, Bobby Melvin? How's it going, buddy? Bobby is watching from Groton, Mass. What a beautiful night here tonight. You really can't beat it.
No, it's nice. With that breeze, it's actually gotten cooler. It's actually a pretty good field of 6-shooters for tonight.
These have turned out to be, like I said before, a fairly good division to watch.
They struggled for a while trying to get it up, and
it used to be like 3 of these things running around here every night.
Exactly. So to have 8, 9, 10 cars is a pretty good thing.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Only Podiums. Visit Only Podiums on Facebook by going to Podium Clothing. We will not be live tomorrow from Mad Dog, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. There's only so many hours in the day for me to travel.
Yeah. Excuses.
I know.
Yeah, come on,
Make it sound
Mark.
like you got another job or something.
I have another 5.
Another 5.
And we won't talk about one of them.
Yes.
You got to leave that one alone, Joe.
Yeah, maybe Ben or Kevin will call in on that one.
This race has been all Lucas Bernacci coming around out of turn 4. Gonna pick up the win in his heat race here, guys.
Yeah, don't get ahead of yourself there.
I know, it's been a long night already.
Yep.
Wow.
If you do lose us, we have had a couple little power issues here, so if you do lose the stream, just stick around. It will pick back up.
I don't know if Mike paid the bill.
Right? We definitely keep getting a little confused on where to go. That's for sure with the power. Time trials for the NHSTRA Modifieds. We have the 29 of Aaron Fellows.
Which got us all worked up thinking he was bringing the late model. And
yeah, I knew he
brought
wasn't.
a modified.
Now, the 15 is usually somebody else, but I thought I overheard him saying that the 15 is going to be Brian Roby tonight.
And
so
it
we'll
is
see.
Brian.
Wow.
It is Roby,
I
okay.
went over and I talked to him.
Wow.
So, yeah.
TJ Blow, Nathan Wenzel, and Brian Morway to round out. We have 5 of them here tonight.
So again, we are going to time trial these guys one at a time.
Reminder, tonight, NHSTRA Late Model Sportsman Race for the Ring, Dean Smith Memorial. This is a race that you guys want to be here for. Last count we had 21, but then I saw 3 more roll in the pits when me and Joe were out there on the golf cart. So we'll see how many are out there.
Count? 21. Well, okay.
21 when we were up here broadcasting before. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Original Wheelman, where you can win the show or be the show. Victory Lane Apparel since 2021.
Unless you're Kevin Brown at Hudson Speedway and you do both.
Absolutely. He did put on a clinic that today. Coal Fire Industries, LLC, custom fabrication and powder coating. Give Poggy a call and let him know you heard about him on Inside NHSTRA. So while these cars are out here, we're one at a time, Mr. Greg. Why don't you let everybody know about the Whitcomb 5?
Well, everybody knows about the Whitcomb 5. What do you want to know? We're going to Lee Speedway, Lee USA Speedway on Friday. I think Joe's still got that on the schedule.
I think I cut it out of the schedule.
Did you?
I had too much that week. That night.
Yeah, he's got too much that night, so I don't know. Maybe we'll go somewhere else. We got an exciting show for next Friday. It's going to be a full house. I know it's going to be a full house. We got the Grand State Pro Stock Series along with us. Joe and I have got some good ideas that we're going to do that night, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yes, we will.
Do you want me to bring up now?
I want to
or
hear
you want to bring up the
anything.
points?
I want to hear whatever you want to say about it. We have a.
I'm gonna leave that a little bit for
I,
later.
I say
Well,
we
the only
leave-
reason I said bring up one of the two things is because we can hear each other right now.
I don't want to bring up
Correct.
the points because when it backfires on you,
It's not
going
going to backfire because I've already talked to some of the drivers and they love it.
I'm curious as to
Because
the new sponsor
actually,
you were talking
it's
about.
something that we went to because of some information we were saving it, and now we're doing it. With the sponsors that we got, well, everybody knows now that we've got the Auto Mall as the official pace vehicle of the Whitcomb 5, and they are also the official dealerships of the Whitcomb 5. So they're so happy to have that, and then we also brought in Truly. Hard Seltzer has stepped up their game, and they have brought us the full sponsorship deal for the Truly Hard Seltzer
You're welcome.
125.
you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. You know, you put that all together for me in one night.
No, the beginning of that really come together nicely. The way
The way Leah and Bayside,
the way Bayside came in,
and even
to-
Amoskeag. I mean, we
to
got to give
start the whole
Amoskeag.
deal,
That's where it started. Even though it's Bayside for your facility.
we weren't even going to go with Truly and
No.
Lee, and when they gave us what they could do for us, and that they were interested in doing more, and it just all fell together for you.
Right, and I mean it's great, and it's been great for all the tracks and stuff. So it's been a lot of fun. And we're gonna it's gonna get more fun.
Brian Roby just put that 15S P1.
Is that a shocker? I mean, he was
Fort-
only on the pole for the 125.
14.041. Nathan Wenzel so far sitting P2, 14.302. Roby, 13.846.
84. Wow.
Wow, that is
Wow.
a fast lap. Brian Morway sitting in third, 15.074. Superman Aaron Fellows making his way out onto the track.
And he told me tonight he's doing everything he can to make sure he's at Lee.
He told me this has been the most fun he's had in racing in 2 decades.
Yes.
Running this modified. That is a sharp-looking car. I've always loved the paint scheme he runs on his.
He has been so busy with work. He said Friday nights are difficult, but he said, I'm going to do everything I can do to get there.
Aaron Fellows, 14.102, sitting P2. $13.955 P2 for Aaron Fellows.
Next up, and final car for the NHSTRA modified.
TG Blow, that is a proven car right there. That is the old one of Corey from Apex Racing. So that is a fast piece right there. TJ gets around this track surprisingly well,
Well, I
for
was
a
going to
youngster.
say, he does. The kid's got some talent. There's no doubt about it.
TJ Blow, P3, 14.020. Now, if you're wondering why TJ's in Al's car, whose car this is, Corey Plummer had, how would we call it, an incident. in
Well,
that
that's
other
being
car.
that's being gentle with it. An incident.
That other car.
I mean, he got hit on all 4 sides of that car.
Let me see. I should have sent this
Hard.
over before, but I didn't.
that was the deal on the front straightaway last week, right?
Correct.
Yes.
The first
Yeah, that
red
was-
flag. He
that was-
hit hard on all 4 sides of that car.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can do this real quick. Yeah, it's not going to let me.
He told me, I asked him in the pit, I said, how the car's down at Spavco. It's going up on the plate. He said, slim to none that car is at Lee.
He was hobbling around in the pits today, and I said, "How you doing?" He's like, "I'm not doing very well."
He said the shot that he took in the rear was the one that hurt. It tweaked his back.
Oh yeah, you could definitely tell. Pure stocks out on the track. We have. Let me get that pulled up here. The 65 of Doug Nelson. We're not going to read correctly until we get out onto the track here. Nolan McClay right out to the lead. Andrea St. Amar following up her win last week. She is cruising P2. And saying that other car is Mark McClay, that other one that's not lettered up. I don't know if that's true or not.
And that is what a pure stock is supposed to look like, just for the record.
Oh, yes. Oh, 100%. JD Stockwell giving him the let me buy bumper. I'm a huge fan of pure stocks. I love these things. These actually make me feel like I could go out there and race one of these, but we've already proven that I'm not allowed anywhere near a race car.
That's what you've been told?
You and me both.
Yes. I wreck them. Not as bad as Ben Bazowski, but I still wreck them. Andrea St. Amar putting the bumper to Nolan McClay. She is fast tonight. Colton Martin doing all he can to get around J.D. Stockwell.
I was going to say, he's doing pretty good all over J.D.'s back bumper.
Now, that is our former camera operator from last week. Apparently, he drives race cars and didn't want to run the camera today.
I can't believe you told the kid to stop racing.
I did. I told him to quit racing. He's got a better career in camera.
His chin dropped. I felt so bad for him. Like, kid, keep racing.
Bumper. Door handle to door handle, I should say.
He put the move to him.
They are putting a show on. Give P4 Colton Martin.
Well,
JD's coming back, though.
You got another lap. He's got him.
JD's going to give him the bumper going to 3 and take it right away.
Going to give him the slide job?
No, he's going to give him the boot.
Nolan McClay, Andrea St. Amar, Mark McClay, Colton Martin, J.D. Stockwell, Chris Conroy, Doug Nelson, Chris Bigham, and Philip Mason. I love Doug Nelson's car. Where else are you going to go and race a station wagon? When I saw that thing win,
absolutely.
When that thing won at Hudson, I was unbelievably happy for him.
He brought out the family truckster.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
That is a bright car.
I like it.
It's Amy J. Cox.
Country Time Lemonade.
There you go. It brings back the Michael Waltrip days.
We're going to
leave that alone.
It brings back the whole 6-shooters should have 1990 Cups
there you
paint
go.
schemes.
See,
I love that
That's
idea.
what you're talking. Do you like that?
I love what Joe just throws it out there. The Whitcomb race next year will be 6 shooters that all be dressed up as Cup cars.
They're going to be 6 shooters, and you have to have
the
a
1990 paint
NASCAR Winston Cup paint schemes.
I love it.
I would
Has to
love
be.
to see the Dayglow red
Tide car.
and Purelator car.
The Tide car, though. That car was.
Oh, that car was gorgeous, but yeah, that Purelator car.
That was only pretty because it was out in front. At the Daytona 500.
Yeah, the Budweiser 500 too.
Yeah, what did it win 2 weeks later or something?
No, we won. That was June.
I thought you had something else that happened like 2 weeks later that was pretty good.
Yeah, we put it in the fence.
Well, that happened a lot of weeks.
More than not.
Look who you're racing with back then.
Well, true.
Amy J. Cox, Colton Hull, Travis Sykes round out your top 3. Oh, the 38, Jim Rhodes, the ogre, that guy goes back. I love him. He used to race the old, what are now street stocks here, back when they were called lightning stocks, I believe it was here. It stinks. Kyle Templeton built that new car this year, and he's just not had any luck with that thing. It's every week it's something different with that. Jay Cox out in front, 0.484 seconds over P2 of Travis Sykes.
And when he gets out of the car, he's going to say, I'd like to thank Country Time Lemonade.
Right. Bright colors sell sponsors.
Going to be 2 to go this time by. P2, P3 are fighting for it, definitely.
And they're all over.
Aiden White getting ready to put the moves on the 27 of Amy J. Cox.
And this is just a heat race.
They're all in the show and they're racing this strong.
Yeah, but they're not qualified. Those 4 are, but
I don't know if Aiden White can hold on, but he definitely has the advantage. At the line,
Oh, no.
Aiden White,
yep.
Amy J. Cox, Travis Sykes, Chris Chambers, Colton Hull, your top 5. Yeah, you can hear Kyle Templeton's car. That thing is just not liking being out there. With the 99 of Braden Morey. Looks to be the 8 of Sean Lantis. 53 of Nick Houle. The 24, David Thibodeau. The 11, Josh Dunn. The 51 of Skylar Shippey. The 48 of Dan Young. Carlos Grenier, and we have Greg Millette. They were putting the hours in down on Carlos Grenier's car in the pits before this race tonight. Good to see how that thing's going to end up going. They put a ton of work in that on the offseason. Side by side down the backstretch, Thibodeau and Houle. Greg Millette, Dunn, your top 4. Braden Morey is a threat wherever that kid goes. That car is fast. 4 wide going into turn 3, guys. 4 wide. We almost wrecked half the field.
No. Almost doesn't count.
Very true. Greg Millette, surprise, surprise, up to P4. Morey, Houle, Lantis, Millette. Millette is going to put the move on of Lantis if he can get nice clean room there. Braden Morey, 0.6 of a second over P2 of Nick Houle. A bunch of smoke coming out of the back of Carlos Grenier's car when he comes into the corner. It's right there, right off deceleration. Greg Millette, Nick Hull down the backstretch.
I was going to say, Hull's got some smoke, too.
Looks like it's coming
got
off
that
his
left
tire.
rear. It's like the
weird.
left rear.
It's almost
It's like a
it's going
brake
flat
is,
or something.
It's like he's got a brake issue or something. But he didn't do it that time.
Yeah.
Huh.
Move Millette to P2.
That car's been fast everywhere it goes.
That car has been fast for years, the old Cody LeBlanc machine.
Yep.
Greg Millette all but destroyed that car a couple weeks ago and got that thing back together, straightened out. That's good credit to his crew that they got that thing figured out, and it's still fast. But when I look at his car, to me, that doesn't look like a mini stock.
Well, because a mini stock should be a Pinto or a Vega or something like that.
Yep.
Because
You get these new little trucks, too, that are out there now when they take off, the
Remember
tops.
that even with the modifieds, Joe? They were Vegas and Pintos.
I'm old enough to remember when the BMWs were fast in the mini
Oh,
stocks.
yes.
Oh, I
Right.
do remember
Yep.
that. And then they outlawed them.
Yes.
Yep.
There used to be an old Volkswagen that used to race here, Golf. If someone's going to put it in chat, because I can never remember who it is. It used to be gray, and it used to have like a red, yellow, black stripe up the side of it, and that thing was fast. It had something to do with the old gas station in Ascutney, if I remember right.
Okay, gotcha.
And that car was fast, and then they had the old BMW, and they ended up outlawing it because it was just spanking the field.
See, Mark doesn't even remember the old coupes. Back in the day.
Oh, I certainly do.
Come on.
Only because he watches Star Cars and Wicked Good Vintage
right,
and stuff like that.
When we have Dave Grant and those guys running the old coupe, the Deuce and all, back then, Punky Karen and the coupe. You remember Punky, right?
Oh,
With all the
absolutely.
coupe? Come on, that was classic.
Ernie Boudreau has that coupe almost fully restored
yeah.
right now. Ernie
Does
has
he?
done a heck of a job on that
I've
thing.
seen it on Facebook here and there.
He's excited about that car.
Back in the day, he had that thing. So Ernie and my dad were very good friends for years. Ernie brought that over to the old home day in Goshen years ago, and we actually got Punky to come down, and Punky actually signed the numbers on the roof.
Oh, yeah?
And Punky was he used to tell Ernie back in the day, if that thing ever hits the track, it will be its last time because I'll make sure it's in the wall before I end up leaving.
Right.
We do got the little go-karts out there. The kids getting their time to shine out on the track. These things, I like these. These things fly. These guys got no fear. And girls, because there's some girls out there as well.
Yep.
Now they're running
The
a
eighth
little
mile.
bit back of where they're running from before, because usually the start-finish line is on our backstretch.
That is an 8th mile, though, right?
Good question. Now, the Claremont announcer, DJ Gerard, actually races here on Sundays in these things, in the adult division. Look at these guys. This is crazy. These are the future stars of this track right here, out on the field right now.
Oh, yeah.
I would say they're stars right now. They got their own division. They got their own deal. I mean, they don't have to wait. Look what they're doing now.
Yeah, Rod Weston in chat says the VW was Shippy, and I'm positive that name is what it was.
They're the stars of that, Joe, but you can guarantee you they want to be out there on the big track.
And I'm
soon.
sure.
They will be.
I'm sure they will.
Colton Martin, star of these little teeny go-karts out there, now up in the pure stocks. Got his first win in the pure stocks a little while ago. Excellent cameraman, trying to get him to give up his racing dreams.
Shame on you.
I know, you were so mad at me
Shame
about
on
that.
you.
These little kids right here, to come out on a Friday night, to get out here and race in front of the big crowds, they right now, this is their probably favorite race of the year.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Now, in case people don't know, they race up here on Sundays at the Claremont Karting Series. Grandstand admission completely free. They do not charge you to come watch these guys race.
Well, that's good to know.
So there is a fee to get into the pits, but you want to come hang out in the grandstands, free of charge. Now, Rod, in chat, was it the 00 or was it, for some reason I thought it was the 88? Now you got me thinking back to those days of the old mini stocks here. I remember when they started out, it was sold as, this is a very cheap division, low-cost division.
Yeah.
Now these cars are ridiculous. Harmon's in chat. Harmon,
I can't remember mini
that
stock.
guy can race a mini stock.
I can't remember mini stocks ever being cheap.
Well, that's how it was sold to us years ago.
Yeah, and they wanted to sell you some swampland in Arizona, too, right?
Oceanfront property. Oh, right at the line. One of the things that I love when you see this here, if you look down in the stands, there's not only one, but there's two future flagmen here that like to come out here and flag.
Well, there you go.
I love that. It makes me happy when you see that.
Well, you got the future out there racing, and then you got your future flagmen that are going to flag for them. See? You got it all.
You're just looking for your flagman?
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, there was 3 of them out of the same stable. That does sound correct to me. Have an old school mini stock chat from the 90s with chat members. This is great.
It's kind of a 90s theme tonight.
It certainly is. I think they're telling them to get back out there. They took off up into the pits and like, nah, you got to go get your trophy. That was an actual race.
No, that wasn't a heat race, huh? That was an actual race.
Was that their feature?
I think that was it. They're trying to get him to come back out of the track. Oh, here they come. He's going to take it around the big track with the checkered.
Oh, nice. Good for him. Or her.
That's great. Haley Maxim, I think I just heard.
It's her. Yeah.
So I had to correct myself. 'Cause
Unfortunately,
that's what I thought it was, and
their
after I
timing
said-
and scoring is different than the main loop, so I don't have access to that one, so I don't have names.
And I'm sure they weren't using it for the fact that the loop's got to be on the other side.
Yes, there's 4 of them. That's great. And P3 makes it back down out there, too.
But that's awesome. The kids get to feel a little bit of, you know.
Second and third had quite the race going there.
Oh, right down to the line.
But just the slide jobs. The black cart would get underneath them and then get up and get it loose, and then the green one would dive back underneath it. And can't really make the numbers out good from up here.
Were you waiting him to sit there and say, I just tried to rattle his cage?
Nah. They don't know that yet. They're not old enough.
Yeah, Lanou Racing says they had numerous 6-shooters that had NASCAR colors. I do remember seeing that Days of Thunder's car. I do remember that. That was a fun car. It's on Facebook if people go look at it. I've seen that a couple times.
The old City Chevrolet.
Yep. The 6-shooters that ran here. Yeah. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Only Podiums. Visit Podium Clothing on Facebook. Also brought to you by Cold Fire Industries, LLC. Custom fabrication and powder coating. Give Pogie a call at 603-703-1568. Tell him you heard about him on Inside NHSTRA. Also brought to you by Original Wheelman. Whether you win the show or you be the show, Victory Lane Apparel since 2021.
We've talked to this guy before, Asher Sauter, Asher, nice one for you, second spot. Nice move there in the last lap.
Thank you.
What do you have to thank, buddy?
HX Tire and Auto.
That is a trained professional right there.
That's right. He has been trained.
Today's broadcast for the track is brought to you by Ace Tech's Tire and Auto. This is an Ace Tech Tire and Auto night.
Yeah.
Asher Sauter, folks, you're runner up in the Cosmic Plumbing and Heating Junior Champ 206.
That is a bright fire suit.
Yes, it is.
Nice run for you. You're having a good year this so far, right? Really? How many years have you been racing?
I think 7.
7 years?
7 years.
You only run this hard on Sundays? Yeah.
So like we say, born with the steering wheel.
100%. That Maxim name is very familiar when it comes to racing in New England. So I'm not sure if they're related, but I'm assuming they are.
Like they say, it runs in the blood.
Taylor Maxim, the winner. Crowd is running meeting. Claremont Karting Association presented by 86 Tire and Auto. She's your feature winner tonight.
These kids are going to be loving this.
Well, they get to be out on the big track right now, waving that flag in front of this full.
Yeah, because this is what it's all about for them.
Oh, it's amazing. Quite a good crowd here. Claremont's one of those weird tracks where it holds like 8,000 people, so they could literally be 3,000 people here,
And it looks like nobody.
empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pits are absolutely packed. I don't know where they're going to stick another car if it shows up late. Look how excited they are down there.
So again, a big round of applause for the karting series. Again, they will be in action this coming Sunday afternoon. Practice starts at noon. Racing should start around 1:30.
Yep, so they're saying down there, the karting series will be racing this Sunday. Remember, grandstand admission free.
$5 to get you through that gate. Come out and see the future stars of Claremont Motorsports Park.
Yep, Earl Maxim is her grandpa. I assume when you hear the Maxim name that was what it was.
There you go.
Those things look so fun to drive. I'm unfortunately so fat that I would never make weight on these cars. It'd be like 300 pounds overweight. There's no way. There's no way to
heavy
to do it.
divisions.
I wish they did.
They did. Well, I shouldn't say now, but they did. My brother raced go-karts years ago.
Hey, this
Back
one's
in
for
the
all you fat
90s.
guys
We'll go
like
back
Mark.
to that, Greg. The 90s.
90s.
My brother raced go-karts, and he raced two-strokes, but for the Briggs, it was a light, a medium, and a heavy division.
Right.
You get these animal ones, the animal division, the adult ones that run here.
Yep.
Those things are fast.
Right.
Those
Yeah,
scare
but
me.
now they got these cages on them. There was never cages on them before.
No. No, we never had. It just went. It was a go-kart, and it had nothing but a seat and the motor, and yeah. If you got upside down, that's it. You were on your head.
Oh, yeah. Now,
No,
Or
thank
your
you,
shoulder.
please.
you figure that your butt's half an inch off the ground.
If you're lucky.
My brother goes to Daytona with his, and in the trioval, he was on the clock at 118 miles an hour.
Right. Exactly.
103 Auto, Heads Up
Here we
Motorsports,
go.
late model sportsman, heat number 1. Starting on the pole, we have the 30 of Hayden Scott, followed by the 00 of Ben Poland, 10 of Steve Bly, 31 of Cody Schoolcraft, 88 of Leo Martin Jr., 19 George Frost, and one of them popped up there with 8 of Sammy Silva.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they jump around on my race monitor here.
He's one of the ones that came in late.
Yes, they actually pulled in right
While
when we
we
were
were down
leaving.
there.
And by the looks of that car, that looks like a Ryan Bell machine.
It looks
So-
more like a pro stock.
If it is, that's a fast car. Going green next time by. This is going to be the race of the night here tonight when these get out here in the feature. Ben Poland, Hayden Scott coming to green. Oh, good recovery there. Leo Martin just drilled that car in front of him. Steve Bly not too pleased. They just got that car back together from the last time Bly's car met the turn 4 wall. Ben Poland, Hayden Scott, Cody Schoolcraft. Yellow flag is out. Not quite sure
Got
what we
the
got. Oh,
eight, didn't
the
make it
8
all up
up
the hill.
on the short chute there. Right next to our camera. Unfortunately, just above it where you can't see. I always hate those yellows that come out that you got to look around like, what did I miss?
We're across the field, right up. Ryan into that big holding your lead after 2 laps.
All right, guys, in this post right here, I'm going to put this camera on. This shirt right here, Weekend Weapon, original Wheelman shirt. You put your top 3 for the Dean Smith Memorial, and you get it correctly, you'll be entered to win that Weekend Weapon shirt right there from Original Wheelman. Got to be in this chat going on right now. Ben Poland, Hayden Scott, Cody Schoolcraft, Leo Martin putting the moves on Schoolcraft. Leo Martin's been racing for as long as I can remember. He's been around forever. Good to see him back out here again. Kevin Brown in chat says Ricky Bly. Now this, guys, is for the feature. So you need to give me the top 3 of the feature, and you'll be entered to win that Weekend Weapon shirt.
They've got to tell you who is the top 3 to win?
Lock in your top 3 in the chat, and you'll be entered to win. You get it correct, that shirt will be yours. Can't thank Kevin Brown enough for all he does for us here on Inside NHSTRA.
Be hard to bet against Ben Poland right now, though.
I agree, but must I tell everybody the graphics we had made?
No.
Ricky Bly, I think, will be burning it up.
How do you ever keep like surprises at Christmas and stuff?
Oh,
You're
I
like
can't.
a little kid. Every time you see something, you got to show it.
I absolutely do.
Telephone.
Were you
telegraph, and
the
telemark.
one at Christmas that told all the secrets
I would
Yeah.
and
open
went
up.
in the closet for
I
all
would
the gifts?
open up my presents.
The old joke: telephone, telegraph, and telemark.
Right, telemark.
I would
Will you
open
stop
my
falling
presents
over in your chair?
and then rewrap them up. Ben Poland 1.3 seconds ahead of second place Hayden Scott right now,
Which is-
pulling away.
Which Hayden wasn't any slouch time wise either.
Oh, absolutely not.
Neither was Cody.
Jeff Aslan still waiting for his decal. Jeff, send me a DM with your address and I will ship it out to you. I tend to forget things. There is the other 8 machine of Ryan Bell. Followed by the 28 of Ricky Bly. I'm waiting for my race monitor update because I don't know who the rest of these cars are. The number 70 of Rocky Smith, followed by Craig Smith. The 77 of Cam Curtis. We have, I can't read the numbers on that one.
That's the 8.
74 of Matthew Winter and the 73 of Cole Littlewood. Cam's missing most of his right side numbers as well.
Yeah, the back 7's definitely missing. A little bit of tire marks there.
So they're running 3 heats.
I believe so. Ryan Bell, Ricky Bly, your front row.
So the math is saying about 21 cars.
Correct.
I'm educated.
You are. You're
Bly and Bell. Side by side. Ricky Bly, P1, baby.
Oh, he drove it into 3, I'll tell you that.
He sure did. I think the favorite on tap for everybody here tonight is Craig Smith because this is his father's memorial race. Oh, Craig fast right to the inside of the 8 of Bell. side by side, door handle to door handle. Give that to Ryan Bell, though. Craig Smith to P2. Oh, 73 of Cole Littlewood around. Hard to tell if he hit something. I didn't see it.
No. I didn't see him. I think he just got loose coming off 4. Got a replay? No.
Unfortunately, we haven't figured out the replays yet.
No, I was watching the lap times, and Craig Smith has got some impressive lap times compared to the Ricky Bly's and the Ben Polans.
Wow, they did a quickie yellow, huh?
Oh, already got him lined back.
That's right.
Fastest car out on the track, Ricky Bly, 14.728. Ricky Bly and Smith starting from the pin. Ricky Bly is some hard to beat here, that's for sure. Curtis and Bell side by side. Hard to tell who that. You could not put a piece of paper between those cars. No. Give it to Cam Curtis, though. 2 to go this time by Ricky Bly out in front, 1 second over P2 of Craig Smith. Give your victory, Ricky Bly, Craig Smith, Cam Curtis, Ryan Bell, Cole Littlewood, Matthew Winter, and Rocky Smith. I do like the paint on Rocky's car. I like that. That's kind of cool. Definitely a lot going on it, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Coming out, we're going to have Travis Cass, Jack McClay, Jeff Murray, Dylan Zulo, Dallas Trombley, Ben Lambert, and the wild man himself, Kevin Vaudrian. So there would be your 32 white car of Travis Cass. Joe's apparently likes that number a little bit.
Well, that was my number, but if you listen to my kid, I destroyed it.
You destroyed it.
There's no luck left in the 32, according to my son.
So you don't run. Anybody runs a 32, just.
I love it.
Every time he says he wants to build a 6-shooter, I tell him, sure, I'll build it for you, but it's going to be number 32. He shuts up. No, Dad, I'm not driving 32.
Done.
Just a reminder, if you're just joining us on the Inside NHSTRA YouTube page, guys, we are also broadcasting live on there. The signal on Facebook kind of stinks, to be honest with you. Broadcasting on YouTube as well. Just search for New Hampshire Short Track Racing Association. Trust me, you're going to end up being a lot happier you switched over there. And if you're just joining us, give us your top 3 for the Dean Smith Memorial, and you will be entered to win a Weekend Weapon shirt from Original Wheelman. Original Wheelman, win the show or be the show. It does not matter. Victory Lane Apparel since 2021.
I think Greg just said the 3 car will come in second.
But he didn't come in second. He came in 5th.
Yeah, that's true. He did.
16 of Dylan
A
Zulo
flat
just
tire will
did
do
not
that
get a
to
good
you.
start there. Jeff Murray.
He's actually going to the front like the 3 used to.
It's a sharp-looking car.
It is.
Jeff Murray, usually the pilot of a modified tour mod, so. Jeff, the son of Jack, who was also a modified driver here at Claremont Motorsports Park back when it was Claremont Speedway. Murray, Trombley,
See,
Vaudrien.
you jinxed the 32 again.
I didn't
just
jinx
went off the
anything.
track.
I just laid the facts out.
See? And he's already gone off the track.
And he's gone.
I didn't say my kid was right.
You didn't say
I
he was
didn't
wrong
say it was
either.
wrong either. You're right.
But unfortunately, we have just proven your kid was right.
You said it before I could. He's
Joe's
just
kid,
saving his.
spitting image of Joe.
He's
like
just saving his
100%.
stuff for the feature.
Well, if that was the case,
that
he would
what
have
you
wanted to
used-
finish the heat race.
That's what Joe used to say. I'm saving it.
Oh, there was nothing to save. If
Saving it for
if had an
next
ounce
week's
of-
feature.
If it had an ounce of anything, I
Next
used it
year's
up.
feature.
He's got the picture of it after I landed on my roof.
I do. That was a good picture. Murray, Trombley, McClay, your top 3. Jeff Murray, 1 second out in front of the 25 of Dallas Trombley.
This could be a very interesting feature.
This is going to be a great feature.
Well, I think with Jeff Murray up there, mixing it up with Ricky Bly and Ben Poland, because he's got lap times pretty close
Very
there.
similar lap times, you're correct.
So you're saying there's 4 or 5, maybe 6 cars that are going to run right neck and tail all night?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there is.
Dallas Trombley running some pretty good numbers as well.
Yeah, he is.
14.872 last lap.
Yep. Yep. And Jack McClay had some good laps too, so.
Jeff Murray, Dallas Trombley, Jack McClay, Kevin Vaudrien, Dylan Zulo, Ben Lambert, and Travis Cass was a DN.
Back onto subjects of sharp-looking cars. That 16 of Jack McClay's.
Oh, that's a
is-
sharp
It's a
that's
gorgeous car.
very sharp.
I hate that body style on it, but it's a
Whoa,
gorgeous
whoa,
car.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I do not like those downforce bodies.
You don't?
I hate them.
I don't mind it in this. I don't like him mixed in with the Pro Stock.
No.
Ricky Bly
I like the true Pro
is
stock.
one that I
Exactly.
can do.
Oh.
Gotta mute this, guys, for a minute just so we don't get the stream taken down. Claremont Motorsports Park. It is feature racing time. 6 shooters out on the field. Starting on the pole, we have the 118 of Eric Griffin, followed by the 25 of Steve Miller. The 44 is Tyler Scott. The 68 is also Steve Miller. I'm confused here. There's a lot of numbers going on. I have to wait.
Steve Miller and Steve Miller Jr.
Yeah, well, I had them mixed up, unfortunately. We have the other one's Lucas Bernacci, the 25. I have to wait until Race Monitor kicks on, and unfortunately, it doesn't work really good here.
Mine just pops up.
Yeah,
car
yours is
numbers,
amazing.
and then-
I don't have that.
And then as soon as they go green, it goes in the order they're actually in. 20 laps the distance. Green next time by.
My favorite camera shot right here on the backstretch. That's going to get a workout for
I want to see
sure.
somebody go up there and hit it.
I don't. I'll be sending a bill for like $3,000 to you guys next week. Someone hits that camera.
You're at Mark's Parks Playground. Mike has got to pay it.
25 of Lucas Bernacci puts it on the pin. They've been 3 wide, 3 different spots through this track. These guys are nuts tonight. A
little rough.
little rough in his racing there. That would be Steve Miller Jr. Flat tire, it looks like, on that machine because he just stopped. Oh, maybe not.
Still going.
Upset the suspension on that thing a little bit. Didn't know what was going on. 25 of Lucas Bernacci, followed by the 68 of Steve Miller and the 44 of Tyler Scott.
The junior flagman down there's black flagging.
I saw him.
Did he really?
He was even using the other flag to point
he was
at him.
pointing. He was doing it right.
Yep.
Future flaggers of America right there.
Stop that. They'll want to unionize.
Unfortunately, that 118 of Eric Griffin is just not up to the same speed as these other cars, and him starting on a pin did not end well for these Gangster of Love on the backstretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just biding his time now, taking it up pit lane.
Got to give him credit, though. He didn't sit there and draw the caution like he could have.
There's nothing more that drives me more nuts than that. Mysteriously, that car always fires after that yellow comes out. Lucas Bernacci, Steve Miller, Robert Shaw. Those are 3 familiar names that you see out there.
So you're saying it's not a coincidence?
It is not a coincidence.
These cars, though, I do cut them a little bit more slack because once they do get hot, they are harder to restart.
They're all automatics out there, correctly, in these?
Yeah, these are supposed to be, yes. 6 shooters are supposed to be automatics.
Lucas Bernacci has a 1-second lead over the Space Cowboy of Steve Miller.
Looks like he's catching a little bit. Well, maybe not. He opened it back up coming down the back straightaway. But if he catches them, is there team orders?
You never know. That's a good question.
Who pays the bills?
Lucas Bernacci, Steve Miller, Robert Shaw, Tyler Scott, Eric Griffin, Bucky Thibodeau, Madison Leduc, Steve Miller Jr., Andrew
We got a
Scott.
little bit of problems in 2.
Car around in 2. That is the 44 of Tyler Scott.
Another one. Oh, maybe he's going to. I was going to say another one that's going to keep going, but no.
What in the world just happened there?
I don't know.
I can't explain that one.
That car like hit him.
It came up on him as a surprise. Where was the spotter?
Definitely no spotters here in this division.
Oh, but we got a little post-incident extracurricular activity there. Which I don't know what he's wound up about. He had already lost it.
Like we were saying last week, Mark, they were not sending Christmas cards.
No, they were not giving each other's address for Christmas.
You must be talking about a pro stock race you watched last week.
No, that was actually
No,
that would be a mod race.
It
at
was a mod
Monadnock.
race. Yep.
I was going to say there was the same type of situation at Lee the night before that.
Did you check your mileage from Monadnock Speedway last week? I think you put more miles on that pace truck than that thing has seen in
think
He
years.
said
I
he got
think
the most laps
led.
led.
I led the most laps. I got the bonus that night.
Yeah.
Lap leader, Joe Bassett.
I kept telling you, the more he's out there, the more he's going to want to drop the hammer.
Well, I told you if that well, I'll save it because if it ever happens, I'll do the same thing then.
Racing here is great, Kyle Robinson. You should be here with that car of yours.
I will say the next time I drive the pace truck, I'm going to wear an open face helmet when you guys go to video and interview me in the pace truck.
Robert
get
Shaw,
ready for the
Steve
show.
Miller, side by side down the backstretch. These are names you hear every single week on the show with wins.
And I'm sure we'll be talking about them on Monday.
In case you did not know, every Monday night right here on Facebook and YouTube, we do the Inside NHSTRA program, 7 o'clock. This week's guest is none other than the Joe Bassett himself.
I never heard of them.
Never heard of her. Heard he's nice.
No, it's fun to hang out with you and Ben and Kevin Brown and talk about what's going on in the NHSTRA.
That 44, Tyler Scott, is fairly fast as well. They are side by side. I don't think this is going to end well. They have been definitely exchanging a little paint.
Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to have enough laps. Because if they keep fighting each other the way they are, they're not going to catch the other two.
Lucas Bernacci, Robert Shaw, Tyler Scott, your top three. Do not count out the Space Cowboy of Steve Miller. He is sitting right there in the catbird seat, P4, looking to advance himself.
Now, isn't it they call him second place Robert Shaw?
Bridesmaid.
Bridesmaid, that's what it is. See, I still listen to the Turn 4 podcast, too. It's on my list.
Turn 4 podcast, that intro was fire, I can tell you that.
I don't recognize the voice, though.
Steve Miller, Tyler Scott, side by side, give the advantage to the Space Cowboy. Steve Miller, do not count out that car rating behind him, sliding up in there as well. He's not reading on my race monitor, unfortunately.
Meanwhile, Robert Shaw's throwing everything he's got into every turn trying to close up on the leader. It's too bad.
0.3 of a second. 2 to go.
He closes it, gets right on his bumper, and
He's
then he
there,
loses it
too.
coming off, yeah.
If Bernacci makes any bit of a slip, that position will not be his.
If he can get a little bit closer, he might be able to make the slip.
Correct. White flag this time by. Looks like DJ Gerard down there on the flag stand.
He is.
It is.
Speak of the Turn 4 podcast, that is him right there on the flag stand. He is doing whatever he can to find out what every position here is at Claremont Motorsports Park feels like.
See, game a shot coming out of 4. Just didn't have
Your
enough.
winner, 25, Lucas Bernacci, Robert Shaw, Steve Miller, Tyler Scott, Bucky Thibodeau round out your top 5. Feels like there's an echo with a different voice in the back here.
Hello, hello, hello.
Just enough delay. How do you throw your voice like that in a different tone?
I know, a completely different person. How do you guys like this little test that we've been doing here, broadcasting from the different tracks and having some fun? Let us know in the chat. It's curious to see if you guys are liking this, you're enjoying it. Something new we're trying here on NHSTRA.
I thought you were handing me a Truly.
No, I got waters. Apparently I'm fat and shouldn't have all that soda.
I had to give Greg's sponsor a plug.
Well, yeah. Thanks, Joe. I mean, you're the one that you said you're the one. Thank you. You brought it.
Truly.
No.
Madly.
No. It's like I said, it was like the perfect timing. They came in.
Yeah.
I knew you had the sponsor. They wanted to set up a night at the track. That's why I told them your race was the night to do it. And then when they contacted you, it just all developed.
Yep.
Not my.
Well, we
doing.
already had them for the podcast. We already had them for the hospitality, and then the rest of it fell into place.
Yeah,
It was a beautiful thing.
It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
it's a wonderful life.
Yes. If you don't weaken.
I've learned the power of no.
It's one of my favorite things to say.
You tell them no, and they either walk away or they come back with a better offer.
Yeah, well, you can't do that with kids because, I mean, I used to do it with my daughter, and all I'd have to do is go,
I
couldn't even
was
say
talking,
no. It
I was
would just
talking
be,
sponsors. We weren't talking kids.
Oh.
That's a whole nother show, and you need therapy and
yeah.
all that.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Cold Fire Industries, LLC. Custom fabrication and powder coating. Give Pogie a call and tell him you heard about him on Inside NHSTRA, 603-703-1568. Cold Fire Industries is located in Brentwood, New Hampshire. Also brought to you by Only Podiums. Visit Podium Clothing on Facebook and let them know you also heard about them on Inside NHSTRA. Last but not least, Original Wheelman. Whether you win the show or be the show, Victory Lane Apparel since 2021. Original Wheelman is the sponsor of all our shirts that we give away here on Inside NHSTRA.
Only when you can steal.
And Kevin Brown, also one of the co-hosts on the show. I do steal a lot of his shirts. I do feel bad, almost.
You'd have to have feelings to feel bad.
True. Very true.
If you get more than 9 cars next week, they'll give you 25 laps.
We got 6. How many more do you want me to bring?
There we go. I got to thank Faze Recker and Otto. Without him, we wouldn't be here every single week. He puts in that.
Emily Miller down there doing her photo adventures.
She has got to be one of the hardest working photographers in racing.
So she does track photography for Claremont Motorsports Park, the Nadnock, and then she was just hanging out bored last Sunday and decided, I'm going to go down to Hudson as well.
And she's been hoping for a weekend off somewhere to come down to Lee.
She's talking about being Lee
She's
Friday
going to be
night.
Lee Friday night,
Well,
she told me.
And she can because Claremont won't be running.
That's
next
what she
weekend.
was saying. She
So-
said that to Mark and I, didn't she, Mark?
Yep,
So,
she's all excited.
And some of the pictures, she's just at the right place at the right time to
It's
get
like American Express. She's everywhere as you should be.
Right. Don't leave home without it.
Yep,
There you
absolutely.
go.
Lee USA Speedway this upcoming Friday night. Whitcomb 5 race, guys. Modifieds in action at Lee USA Speedway.
Modifieds in the house.
I was going to say it's the perfect storm next weekend. Modifieds and pro stocks all on the same card.
You can't beat that.
Can't
No.
beat it. It's like
I got to see Pro Stocks for the first time with your house Pro Stocks last week.
It's more American than Mama's apple pie.
Correct.
What a show those cars put on there.
That was a good show, and I got to thank all the competitors that came out and supported that, because to get 19 cars for the first race was more than my wildest dreams.
You only go uphill from there.
Definitely,
Unless you do flowl over backwards like
It's-
you've almost done 5 or 6 times with the
it's
chair. Joe's caught himself
definite-
numerous times
it's
here.
definitely a good base to work off of, and I'm excited. I really am. And
Those
I know
cars are
Norm
fun to
was
see
happy
at
with
Lee.
it.
They really are. They fly around there.
Pro stocks and super modifieds are really the cars of choice at Lee.
I need
And
to see
modifieds
those
are
there.
starting to come on strong, thanks to shows like Greg's Whitcomb 5 and stuff, and the Whalen Tour coming, and it's slowly starting to get a base there. So it's got another thing that's got no place to go but up.
Right.
So
Yeah. It does.
speaking of should we go into more detail of putting the cone out to retirement?
I do like this.
Where do you want to go with it?
Should we just tell them what we're going to do? Or
What are we gonna
Have
do?
you already spelled that?
What are we gonna
Spelled
do?
that? Well, since you're not going to have a cone anymore, right in the middle of our starting box,
Right.
we're going to put the NASCAR V
Yes.
for a lane choice.
We've touched on it, but we haven't told them exactly what it looks like.
There is going to be an orange V with the box, just as you see on all the NASCAR Cup tracks.
Right.
And instead of running out there with the cone, when the race director tells them it's time for your lane choice, it's right there.
Correct.
And according to what I'm told, for the Whitcomb 5 race, you can touch the V going by, but if you go over that square in the middle of it, you're going to the tail.
You're going to the tail.
Because you didn't make a choice.
Right, because we don't want to hear somebody say, I meant to go inside, I meant to go outside. You ran
know there
down
will
the
be
middle.
somebody, too.
Exactly. So that's why we said, you're going to the rear. Yep.
Starting on the pole, that's the 95 of TJ Blow, followed by...
No, I don't
Oh,
know.
no,
I think
he moved over. Wenzel, I
gonna
don't
say,
know.
it looks like Nathan
Wenzel was parked over. We got the 03 of Wenzel, followed by TJ Blow. The 29 of Aaron Fellows. Do not be fooled by that 15, ladies and gentlemen. That is the one, the only Brian Roby making his return to Claremont Motorsports Park,
It's the stud muffin.
followed by the 33 of Brian Morway.
I don't think I want you sitting next to me anymore.
Well, that's what I mean. He came to the podcast, and that's Randy sits there and he says, and nothing only, we have the stud muffin. And what did Brian
you know
Roby
what?
come with a T-shirt on? It said stud muffin right on.
I can actually picture Randy saying that.
Yeah, he did. That's why I said it.
Randy,
So that's a shout out to you right there,
Randy-
Randy Wheelock.
Randy has been another awesome addition to the announcers booth at the USA, I can tell you that.
Yeah, he's made a great addition to us too, and we're so happy to have him along with Dave and Kevin and my old buddy, the Hall of Famer Jack Arute.
I kind of like that comment, Joe. I'll be honest with you. I wish that was something.
I don't know if I'd want to do lane choice every week, but it's definitely something to do, for some special
You know what
shows.
I would love to do? I would love to see you do it where there was no rhyme or reason. It was just once a race in each division they got pulled out.
And maybe,
It needs a what?
And maybe depending on how the car counts go and things go with the Pro Stocks, maybe that's something we do with the Pro Stocks in the future.
That would be awesome.
We're going to do our own Pro Stock show at Oktoberfest, so, maybe we do make it a cone race. I don't know. Or, no, excuse me, it's not a cone race, it's a V race.
It's a V race.
It's a lane choice race.
It's a choose rule.
Wenzel, Blow, side by side, coming out of turn 4. Green flag in the air.
And he gets loose coming off.
Very loose. Brian Roby, P2 already, guys.
That 15 is fast, my friends.
That is an actual old Roby car as well. Aaron Fellows, P3.
But Trevor's doing, I was going to say he's doing a good job holding him off, but, he still is.
That car very unfamiliar to TJ Blow, though. That car is Al's. That's an old Apex car that was Corey's. Unfortunately, Corey may have destroyed the other one last week.
Roby bumped him out of the groove, but he's hanging tough on the outside.
And he's racing clean. It's good racing right there.
And here comes Fellows. But TJ's holding him off, too. Nate Wenzel's got something going on with that car because he's almost snaps it sideways coming off.
He is so tight in the middle of the corner, Joe. Just watch his car.
That car is usually bad fast, too.
But it's just like snaps.
It's not snapping.
It's not even like a little loose. It's like come right around.
Well, after you drive a tight car in the middle or getting in the middle, you're going to snap it coming off.
Brian Roby, TJ Blow, Aaron Fellows, your top 3.
I'll give him some credit, though, to stay on the same straightaway with those guys, the way that car's driving.
They've thrown a lot of things at it talking to him in the pit. You know, it's at the point where you wonder if there's something bent.
Makes you wonder for sure.
Or a bad shock or something that they're missing. Yeah,
I've seen it. These cars can be very finicky.
All it takes is that one shock that you think is okay, but it's got a little bit of a bend.
It loses any rebound, loses anything like that, and it just throws it all off.
5 modifieds here tonight, guys. The field is growing each and every week, though, here at Claremont Motorsports Park. Good to see Brian Roby back here at Claremont Motorsports Park. Brian Roby up to 1.015 seconds over P2 with TJ Blow.
I'm sure right about now TJ's wishing that Brian Roby didn't come back.
I think you're correct.
He's got a car that's moving, or a car that he's not supposed to be comfortable with.
Well, I'm telling you, I don't know. Is Brian riding, or is TJ actually catching him?
He's reeling him in, and TJ's got a 1.3 second lead over P3 of Fellows as well.
Well, he's down to 7.5.
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
down. He's reeling him in.
He's wheeling that thing.
8 laps to go, though, but does he have enough to close that
Probably
gap?
not. And even if he caught him, it's going to be another thing to pass Brian. I'm sure he's learning a lot, though, following right around this track, because he's pretty much mirroring the same line. He's got it down to almost a half a second.
And they are out 2.363 seconds over a third of Aaron Fellows. They're having a race in themselves right there.
I'm sure about now TJ would like to get up there just to give him a shot at the bumper to let you know I caught you.
He's there. TJ Blow is there, but you're right.
You watch him. He's driving it
him?
into 3. He is driving it deep into 3.
.350 that time. With only a lap to go. Oh, 249.
He could get him a shot right here going into 3. He could give him a shot.
He wants
He's
it.
not there.
No, but he
He's
showed a
close.
bumper.
Brian Roby, TJ Blow, Aaron Fellows, your top 3.
That's an impressive run for TJ in that car because he's never been in that car.
Absolutely. Hats off to that kid.
That was
I
a
think
great
that
race
kid
for
has
the
got
lead.
some talent. I really do.
I'd like to see more of these out here. I mean, at the end of the day, you can, with the payoff and everything else, you can run one of these for what it's costing you to run a street stock these days.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
These cars are just fun to watch, too.
Well, there's nothing like, the open wheel.
Other than pro stocks. Sorry, I like modifieds, but I love pro stocks.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to bring it up. Even in the Cup days, I always said I got to go watch a modified race. It's what I grew up on.
But back in the day at Monadnock, when I was helping Brett, we'd get done the feature and we'd load that car up as fast as we could to be up at the beer garden to watch the modifieds.
There you go.
There you go.
But we raced pro stocks.
Right. but Monadnock is a true modified track.
I will definitely give you that.
When the wheeling tour was there, I went down and saw Dougie Colby. And I said, "You love it here." He goes, I love coming here.
Not quite sure what happened there. Fellows just took it up to pit road there.
I don't know.
He went right to the left. He didn't go to his trailer.
I know. I went through the pits and I was talking to one of the guys on the crew there for them, and I was talking to Tommy Baldwin, and he said I had never been to Lee USA Speedway before, but he had loved the place, and they hadn't even turned a lap yet.
Yeah.
I
They had
cannot
practice,
believe it
hadn't even
took me
started.
as long as it did to get to Lee. And now it's, like I said, one of my favorite
The
places
more
to
I
go.
deal with you, I can understand it.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a couple brain cells we need to readjust there, but
I agree.
we'll get you fixed.
Hey, Joe.
Lee was phenomenal,
Okay,
though.
Joe, when you're talking about brain cells, I think you got to go there with all of us.
I
What,
did
what,
well.
what are we doing
I don't have it
every
all.
Friday, Saturday night? I mean,
Bang-
what is this with racing? I mean,
Banging
it's
your
in our
head
blood, you
against
can't
the
do it.
wall.
Yeah.
And,
It's
it's the true definition of insanity.
Right.
Banging your head against the wall and expecting different results.
right. Exactly. It's what it is. I can't explain it.
Oh. But would you want to be anywhere else? I mean,
Nope.
seriously.
Nope.
No, there's no better place to be than at a short track.
Even when I'm planning vacations or when we're going to go see the grandkids down in South Carolina, or I'm down on the phone with my buddy Ted, figuring out when his son's racing so I can go to Greenville Pickens, or I still haven't made it to Anderson down there.
Right.
We went to Dillon one time when we were down
yeah.
there.
Yep.
So half the time the kids will say, "Where's Joe?" and my wife will say, "Off with Teddy."
Yep.
And they know.
And they're at the track. They don't even
they don't
ask.
even ask. Exactly.
No, they know where you are. Yep. You have to understand, and Mark, you're probably the same way. A hard day working in a race business is still a day off.
Still a good day.
Yeah, but
It's just, you love it. It's a passion.
I was talking to a reporter today that was doing a story on Tyler Reddick coming to the track next weekend, and I've been truly blessed with what I do for racing as far as working as general manager at Lee, because when I worked for Red and Judy, it was definitely a situation where like I worked for my mother and father,
Yep.
and then the Wrens come into play, and it was like working with my brother and my nephew,
Yep.
and it's just like it's family. It's not a hard ass boss and employee relationship.
Yep.
It's just hard to explain because it's like I said, it's family.
It is. It's an extension of your family, or it's your other family, or, like I like to say, it's the family you chose.
Truer words have not
Huh?
been spoken.
I say that. I say you have your family, and then you have the family that you chose. And this is the family I've chose. I mean, I try to make these guys feel like the Whitcomb 5, whether it's the Whitcomb 5, whether it's any racing, whether it's the guys with the tracks. It's an extension of family
Yep, it is. It truly is.
because we're all trying to work for the same thing. We love it. It's again, it goes back to passion.
It is. It is a passion, and the Lee is my second home, and
Yeah.
you think about what you can do to make it better, and not just the racing and not just how to get people in the stands. It's if we paint this a different color, or we take this down or move that, or just things with the infrastructure. It's just it's like taking care of like a vacation home.
Yes. Right. Yep.
I'm going to put down the volume, guys, for a minute or two.
No, we can shut that off.
the Valley Building Supply, Pure Stocks, guys. Strong division here tonight. 18 cars deep getting ready to do battle.
This has definitely been a strong division for all the national tracks.
Now, we do have to mute this just so you guys know when the cars are coming out because they're playing music and it will end up getting us kicked off. So I do apologize that we have to mute in between divisions because you just can't catch the music on here. Green flag is out. Nolan McClay puts it right out front. Followed by the 24, Colton Hull, Mark McClay, Amy Jaycox. These guys are mixing it up.
We're going 3 wide into one, and
Andrea St. Amar getting ready to go around off the front bumper of Amy Jaycox.
Saved
Holds
it.
onto it.
And Amy's going to put it underneath there again. Oh,
She's
she
now
thought-
put herself 3 wide herself, though.
She thought better of it that time.
J.D. Stockwell expressing his displeasure with that move as well. The thing I'm amazed with these cars is we think there should be double the cautions with the moves that they put on out here, but they run one of the cleanest shows each week.
Well, the upside of these, they can lean on each other a little bit more, and when they get loose being the front wheel drive, they
Very
just stomp
forgiving.
on it, and exactly, very forgiving.
Nolan McClay, Mark McClay, they're in another zip code, guys. 3.296 seconds back to third place. Nolan McClay, Mark McClay, Andrea St. Amar, J.D. Stockwell, Amy Jaycox, your top 5.
I think you're going to see that Stockwell would like a caution.
Oh, yes.
I think Colton Martin would too.
Colton, the little driver who could right there.
And you tried to break his dreams.
I think he's a great cameraman.
That's all right. He can be a cameraman on his off days from racing.
Right.
But he's just boxed in right now and can't go anywhere.
Fortunately, you can only go as fast as the cars that are blocking you in. That is a good assessment right there.
Situation where he had to lose 2 spots to pick up 1.
J.D. Martin has caught up to P3. He is on the bumper of Andrea St. Amar.
But the McClays are gone.
.195 seconds the McClays have on P3.
That's like in another zip code.
Yep.
A lot of guys out there, you know, are just hoping for a caution to bunch this traffic back up.
Although it's going to be interesting once they start hitting lap traffic.
100%.
Because these guys are too wide fighting for their lives for the spots they're in. I would give this is the race of the night so far.
Oh, 100%.
Because now we're going 3 wide for the leader in lap traffic.
And Stockwell is all over the back of that. Is that the 20?
Yeah. Andrea.
Yep, the 20 of Andrea Santamar. They may or may not be, quote unquote, friends.
Okay. Well, she definitely just used lap traffic to her advantage.
Yes, she did. And
She has come a
that
long way.
almost got nasty.
I thought that car was coming right up
Oh,
in
I
front.
did. That's where you say there was a wreck that didn't happen.
Eight to go this time by.
But you're right. These guys raced hard.
Just a quick reminder, guys, if you're watching on Facebook and the feed is a little off, go over to YouTube, New Hampshire Short Track Racing Association. Follow us over there. The feed is a ton better over on YouTube. A lot of you have already switched over there. Trust me, it is so much better.
I was going to say that these guys, they race hard, but you're right, they race clean.
Absolutely. 5 to go this time by. Nolan McClay, Mark McClay, Andrea Santamar, J.D. Stockwell, Aiden White, Colton Martin, Travis Sykes, Chris Chambers, Kyle Templeton, and Amy J. Cox, your top 10.
And right now, the race on the racetrack is for 3rd and 4th.
Oh, 100%.
And Andrea and JD are just putting on a show. JD's giving it everything he can and looking for a hole, and she's taking care of it.
It's fun to watch them race because just because they're friends, they don't cut each other slack.
No.
They race each other clean but hard.
Well, that's what I'm
Andrea's
saying.
really figured that car out as well.
He could have dumped her 2 or 3 different times, but
Oh,
he
100%.
didn't.
He really overdrove that corner trying to dive it in below.
She's actually closing in on the leader.
Love it.
Obviously not enough time with, 2 laps to go next time by. Or is it 2 laps? No, 2
2
laps
to go
now.
right now. Double sticks in the air. 2 laps to go for Nolan McClay. Oh, J.D. Stockwell doing everything he can to get by her. He just cannot muster it.
I think he got the tires too hot that last time he slid it in there.
That car is slide now. She's
It is,
bad
big time.
loose.
He's got the nose of it sliding.
She's pulling
White
away from
flag
him.
is out. Victory is in sight for the 14 of Nolan McClay. Nolan McClay, Mark McClay, Andrea Santamar, J.D. Stockwell, Aiden White, Colton Martin, Travis Sykes, Chris Chambers, and Kyle Templeton is your top 10, followed by Amy J. Cox.
Colton's just out of the top 5, but he was definitely catching them.
Green 2 checkers, action from start to finish. You really couldn't ask for a better show.
No.
And at least 6 wrecks that didn't happen.
I know.
Correct.
It was nuts. I thought J.D. Stockwell was going around about 7 times.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, he had his front tires. I mean, that nose of that car was just sliding through the corner.
We got a lot more people in chat here. We have a original Wheelman Weapon of the Week shirt for you. Weekend weapon shirt. You guess the top 3 of the Dean Smith Memorial. Put it down in the chat below. All the correct answers are going to get thrown into a hat. We're going to draw one at random, and you will go home with a weekend.
Do they have to be in the
weapon
right
shirt.
order?
Yes, you need to get the top 3, Joe. I thought that was fairly self.
Well, you just said
Actually, you're
You
correct.
just said the top 3.
you just said
Yes.
You didn't say the top 3 in order.
In my mind, it was self-explanatory,
Okay.
but you're correct. You're on to something.
because I don't
there.
know the order, but I think I know what the top 3 are going to be.
What's your top 3?
Just on times and watching the heat races, I think it's going to be the 28, the 00, and the 3.
All right. I give it
But
to you.
my heart says you got to pull for
I want to
Craig
see Craig
Smith.
Smith up there.
And I still say if Cody gets that 31K figured out, I know what that car can do. What
That
it did
car's
at Lee last year.
fast.
So you know, there's a lot of good cars out there that anything could happen.
That's the best part about this. We don't know.
You don't.
I would say this is definitely a race that there's at the very least, 10 cars that go in tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say
think,
8.
I think more.
But maybe 10.
Yeah.
I think it's more, but I'm being conservative. But I think there is.
There could be a dozen.
Jack McClay, the 16.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was fast.
Yep.
Late model sportsman guys, registered cars. We have Ryan Bell, Ricky Bly, Steve Bly,
Ryan Bell's
Travis
not a
Cass.
slouch.
Absolutely not. That car is fast
Exactly.
everywhere he goes. Cam Curtis, George Frost, Ben Lambert. Cannot count out Cole Littlewood.
No.
And
That
you can't.
guy's
you couldn't
fast
count out-
everywhere he
you
goes.
passed over Cam Curtis. You can't count him out either.
No, absolutely not.
How many seconds has he had this year?
He's got a lot of bridesmaid finishes
So-
for sure. Leo Martin was really coming to life at the end of his heat race as well. Jack McClay, Jeff Murray, Ben Poland, Cody Schoolcraft, Hayden Scott. That's probably one of the older chassis that are out there, and that thing is fast. Sammy Silva, Craig Smith, Rocky Smith, Dallas Trombley. There's another guy you can't count out. That's an old throw-off from the old Bucky and Murs days. That car is fast as well. Kevin Vaudry and Matthew Winter and Dylan Zulo. Stout field of late model sportsmen.
Yeah.
And it seems like Dylan's getting better and better every week, listening to podcasts and watching results. And
He is in it for the long haul. They put that car together.
he's playing the long game. He's in the division where he can get some seat time in a fast car and figure out where he's going to go from there, I'm sure.
I was talking with him and Jimmy during probably the second race of the year here. And Jimmy said this winter he went up to him and said, "What do you want to do? Do you like this? Do you not?" And he said, "I do. It's fun." The whole life, all Jimmy wanted was Dylan to get out in the garage. Never would.
Yep.
Now they built this car, still doesn't go out in the garage and work on it either. But so they get this car out there and they start figuring it out. And he's like, because Dylan was the class of the field in the pure stocks last year, track champion, contender to win each and every week. So he said, "I want to get you out of these bad habits. Let's put you in a late model."
Well, I was going to say, he's
Yep.
gone from one major creature to a different, and it's a whole new learning curve.
So
You
that
can't
car,
smash the gas and straighten it out like he was doing last year.
he don't want to put him in a brand new car. So Jimmy
Yep.
said that car they had sitting out in the field for years.
Yep.
The only thing they bought in that entire car was belts. Jimmy had everything else to put in that car just in the garage in spare parts. Assembled that car during the winter, put some new belts in it, and he said, if it wrecks, I'm out nothing. I already owned everything.
Well, you're also teaching him. Okay, I'm going to put you in a car and let's see if you can drive this. You can drive this, then you're going to prove yourself, and now you're going to get some
There is,
seat.
I
you're going to get
guarantee
to
there's a
seat
new
time.
late model in the future.
In the
for him.
future. Yeah.
He's getting seat time and figuring out everything, and he's
In
he's
older
big-
equipment, and if you get him in the right equipment,
Sometimes it's
he's
the best
gonna
way to
be-
learn.
And-
it is. You put somebody in a fast car, and they're going to learn. They're going to go up front. They're not going to get respect.
Still time to get out to Claremont Motorsports Park. The main event has not even come close to happening yet. This late model race is going to be absolutely nuts.
what we got left? Mini stocks, street stocks, and then the late models, correct?
Yep. All right, going to turn down the volume, guys, for a few seconds while this is playing the music on. Mini stocks are coming out on the field. I'm going to just put me up. I can mute out the music on mine. We have the 99 of Braden Morey, followed by the 8 of Sean Lantis. The 53 of Nick Houle, followed by the 11 of Josh Dunn. The 51, that right there will be Skylar Shippey. The 07 of Greg Millette. The 1 of Carlos Grenier. The 24 of David Thibodeau. And the 48 of Dan Young. Crossing them up, going green this time by. 9 mini stocks set to do battle at Claremont Motorsports Park.
And 5 heavy hitters in the top 5, or 6.
Carlos
hitters up
Grenier got
front.
a lot of smoke coming off that car even before we started. Braden Morey right out front, no surprise. It's only a matter of time before that 07 of Millette is right up there to the front, though. That is a fast car.
But yeah, that one is smoking. You wonder if is there any fluid?
There's
Being
something
let
going
down.
on with it. It was smoking fairly well during heat races as well.
Oh,
The 51 around.
The 7 off the wall first and then down and into the 51.
Makes you wonder if that 7's got some damage on it now.
He should have some damage to the right side of the front nose.
Let's get a close look as it comes by us here. Definitely that
does.
nose is no longer where it should be.
Yeah, he came up and hit the wall and came back down. I don't know who was underneath him to get him up there, but and they got the 51 dropping.
Looks like a
oil.
lot
he's
of fluid
dropping
coming
stuff
out of that
all
51.
over the place.
Don't think he's going to be running for much longer.
No, well, yeah. 'cause
Call
the,
out the kitty litter
the-
truck,
the-
ladies and gentlemen.
The oil slick stopped coming out of 2.
Yeah, he's definitely not
It's a
running
little,
much more.
it's a little dry right now.
Carlos Grenier also taking that one New Hampshire machine up pit side. I miss the old days here at Claremont Motorsports Park. They used to have this old flat body truck that used to be their little kitty litter
Yeah.
truck, and then they had this mini little teeny wrecker that used to sit right over there in the corner. Then they had, when Dennis Fleury took this over, his kitty litter van was an actual like Ford Astro van or Chevy Astro van. It was hilarious to see. A lot of fluid down on the tracks, unfortunately.
It's out of the groove, but still.
Well, it goes right across the track before it goes up there.
Oh yeah, right
yeah,
there. I
right
didn't
there.
even see that.
Right at the almost entrance of going in. Well, the
Well,
entrance.
almost where
The entrance is
on a
back here.
normal track, it's where turn 1
Well,
would be.
Right.
I knew that was coming.
Oh. Well, it's true though. With where the cars are, the bottom half of that oil line's not going to make a difference at all.
No. Just that one streak where it goes up the track where he came off from the infield.
Yeah, but I think he was out of oil by then.
I honestly think you're
Yeah.
onto something
well,
there.
Look at the fluid that's down. He had to
There's
have run
only
out.
so many quarts in that
Exactly.
The smoke definitely did stop by the time he reached pit road. So if you haven't heard, an anonymous quote-unquote donor donated $300 as a back-of-the-pack challenge to David Greenslit. So David Greenslit has opted to take that challenge during the street stock race, will be starting from the back of the field. If he gets up to P1, $300 more going into David Greenslit's pocket. If there's anybody out there that could do it, it's Greenslit. It really is.
Yeah. I would add him to the list who could do it, but the other people aren't here tonight.
Almost feels like they're missing the oil slick each and every lap around with a kitty litter truck.
You don't
It's
see
like
it
a
covered
little to
at
the
all.
left, a little to the right.
Well, I'm almost wondering, since there's so much oil that
It doesn't matter?
What they're putting out isn't really even showing up.
Right.
Braden Morey, Nick Hoole, and Sean Lantis, your top 3 when we eventually get back to green. Looks like the kitty litter truck's going up for more kitty litter off into pit road. Yellow lights are out. We are going green flag racing this time by Braden Morey, Nick Cool, your front row. Sean Lantis, Greg Millette. Greg is right where he wants to be. That car's got the power on the outside. In the restart box, Morey takes off. Gets a great run. Nick Cool right there, though. I don't think anybody wants to get up into where that oil was. Nick Cool put him P1. Nice, strong run.
Well, couldn't make it stick,
Oh,
though.
didn't close it, though. Put a blanket over them for that top three, guys.
Exactly.
This is close racing.
That 07's just waiting for the hole to open up.
He just doesn't have a place to pounce yet.
He's smart enough to not put him 3 wide. He knows what he's doing. If he just waits, I think he's got the right spot there. Go right behind hole, tuck in, and get around.
Every time I see that car with the color scheme in the 07, I think of a little George Helliwell car.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What a show Nick Cool and Braden Morey are putting on at the front of this.
Pretty evenly matched cars right there.
And Greg's just sitting there waiting for the hole to open up.
Millette by Morey, move him up to P2. It's only a matter of time, I think, unfortunately, until he reels in the 53 of Nick Cool. Nick Cool has had a lot of problems with that car. Finally looks like he has got it on the straight and narrow and figured out.
Well, you know Nick's not going to let him go, so.
No, they're going to race hard.
It's going to be a fight.
He's leaving a little of that bottom open, too much for Greg, though. Greg's really strong coming out of 2.
He's just fast enough that Greg can't get by him or get underneath him. That lap, Nick was actually faster.
Yep.
He pulled him a little bit, huh?
Got a car pulling off down into the infield. That will be the 48 of Dan Young getting out of the racing groove. Yellow flag is out. We got one around right on turn 4. Unfortunately, can't see who it is from this angle.
Looks like the 24.
That is Tyler Morris sneaking into the announcer's podium here. I knew that was not DJ Gerard's voice.
Nick Cool now has his work cut out from Greg Millette, who will regrid to his outside in car number 07. Braden Morey wasn't fading back in that 99 car.
Now you are going to put the 53 and the 07
Side by side.
by side. The 07's got power and it handles, so we're going to see how this shakes out here.
Could be a situation where Braden Morey's going to the lead.
100%. I like where your head's at.
Oh. I just watching Nick in the pure stocks last year. He's gonna give it his best shot to get a jump on him, and Greg's gonna do the same thing. So anything can happen.
So
They're
third,
going to run
fourth, and
clean,
fifth are
so
looking
that's
pretty
the
good.
best
I'm
part.
not saying they won't. It's just the fact that
Oh, they're going to run every single inch of
They're
those
going to lean
cars.
on each other for sure.
Last green flag lap, we had Nick Cool at 16.477. Greg Millette, 16.423. He is faster. Harmon is putting 99 for the win, is what he just put out there. Going to put them side by side. Green flag action this time by. Nick Hoole, Greg Millette, your front row. Braden Morey, Sean Lantis. Green flag is in the air. They are side by side drag race down the front stretch. Nick Hoole is hanging on. That car is rolling tonight.
Why I definitely wasn't writing Nick off at all. He was fast right before that caution, and he's going to hang tough.
If Millette wins it, he's definitely
going to earn it.
Earn that race.
He's driving it in deep, too.
Millette, Hoole, side by side. Second lap in a row here. Nick Hoole's got the motor in the last half of that front stretch.
He's got plenty
the rear
of motor.
back stretch there.
As Andrew Harmon said, Motor Joe, Motor Joe.
Oh, yes. Now, if Harmon was out here in his little Del Sol, this field would be lapped already.
No doubt.
These in-city sugar shacks are putting on a show. Don't count out Braden Morey.
Well,
Braden Morey right to the bumper of Nick Hoole.
Well, he was looking to the bottom to make it 3 wide.
Braden Morey, your pick to win from the one and only Andrew Harmon.
Braden's been lobbying me hard to get the mini stocks back at Oktoberfest this year.
Look at this action, side by side. Since that restart, they have not moved from that. This is going to be an all-out drag race to the finish line when this race is over. Nick Hoole, I don't know what happened out of 4 there, but Millette just did not rotate. Millette's more of a cut you under an inside runner guy here, so watch him to try to get underneath out of 2 one of these laps.
If he didn't use his tires up on that outside.
Very possible.
Well, with the motor that Nick has, he's got to have a good head of steam when he puts his nose under there.
Nick Hoole last lap, 16.477. Greg Millette, 16.423. Take that for what it's worth. Greg Millette is 0.5 quicker overall each lap. The respect they're showing each other is top notch, though. Greg Millette making his move down the backstretch.
He just doesn't have the motor.
No.
He's going to have to do what he just tried to do there, is get in the left quarter and loosen him up.
Get him loose so he can't get back in the throttle.
4 laps to go this time by. If we had a scoreboard, the laps would be so much easier to figure out here. I physically see one.
Yeah.
The story of the Claremont Motorsports Spark story. Scoreboard.
Whoa! He almost got up in that
yeah, the
oil
99
there.
I think just blew up too.
99 just lost a motor once again, it looks like.
Sorry, Andrew.
Lot of fluid down on the track.
And he's not making it to pit road.
You know what we're going to have, guys? A
Green-white checker.
2-lap shootout. Morey out of the car as fast as he could. Maybe there's more going on over there that we don't know. He is out of there. I have not seen him get out of that car as fast as he did before. Are we on fire? A lot of smoke pouring out of that.
It's the smoke's gone down, but I don't see anything.
I don't see any
through
flame.
No, you need to look at my view. There's something in the cab. Look right here, Joe.
Is there?
You guy standing over there on the backstretch calling for the truck.
I see a red light on the dash, but I don't see anything flickering like it's flame or anything.
Hard to tell from this angle. Unfortunately, those speedy dry guys are definitely getting their workout today. All right, Harmon, since your car is out, who is your pick to win now? Dum dum dum.
$5, as he says, Nick Cool.
These guys, this is the last-ditch effort for Millette. He was coming on strong, but like Greg said, he may have used up his tires.
Well, I think he used the tires up, and he's going to be coming out of 2 in that speedy dry. So
never a place you want to be.
exactly. If you notice that time by, he was just working the speedy dry, and when he went through, so we shall see.
Did you guys hear Tyler Reddick will be at Lee USA Speedway this upcoming Friday night?
I heard a rumor. Yeah. Did you hear about that, Joe?
I know a fact that he's going to be there, and I know he's going to be in the 8 car.
I saw it on Facebook.
And
Everything's
I'm
true on Facebook.
actually waiting.
Well, then
to see,
then it's official.
I'm actually waiting to see if Archie wraps the car to make it look like his cup
Whose car is that? Is he running?
He's driving one of Archie St. Hilaire's cars.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
Go Fast Racing.
Yep.
Archie was very instrumental in making that whole deal come together.
All right, guys, from Mr. Mini Stock himself. Nick's tires are going to cool down, but the 07 is fast, and we'll try to cross him up. I think Harmon's onto something there.
Well, Harmon definitely knows how to drive these cars.
Donnie
I will
McCaffrey, oh no, says 07 going to throw his nose in for the win.
Well, that's what Donnie would do, but when Donnie would get done with it, he wouldn't have a nose. Love you, Donnie.
Side-by-side green flag action next time by.
So what do we got? 2? 2 to go?
2 to
I'm
go.
showing 3.
Okay, so they went
Oh,
back
is
to
it?
lap. Okay.
Yes, they did. They went back to 22.
Okay.
This is going to be an all-out war.
It's going to be a heck of a show. I say the 1 car is going to win.
24's got a shot.
Oh, he's going to get a top 5.
Yeah.
There you go, Nick. Drive it on in there.
Side-by-side action. You can't ask for a better race. than
No,
this
this is
is
like
good.
almost a restart with the front 2. Every lap.
2 to go.
Other than the cautions, this has been just as good as the pure stock race.
Yep. Oh,
we
he
go.
got.
Here comes
Oh,
the
maybe he's
crossover.
crossing him
He's got to
over.
cross him.
He's
He's
got
it.
He's got him.
Drag race. Greg Millette.
Will he
1, 2,
cross him
go.
back over
But here comes
with that
Nick.
horsepower?
Yep.
He's
Yep.
coming. Say that
Nick
he crossed
Millette,
him back
Greg
over.
Millette.
And they may take each other out right here.
This
No,
is going
he's
to
pushed
be a
him up.
drag
He pushed
race.
him up. Nick got him.
Nick Hull wins. Greg Millette, Sean Lantis. What an
What a
absolute
finish.
amazing race.
They changed the lead, what, 3 times in the
3
last
times
lap?
in the last lap.
What an awesome race. Either one of those drivers cannot be anything but happy right
No.
now.
No, and they raced each other clean.
That was phenomenal.
They did an awesome job.
All right, guys,
Awesome
I'm going to
job.
take off for 1 second. I'm going to put it on the wide view. I got to go change the battery in that camera right there. So be right
right,
back, gentlemen. Talk amongst yourselves.
We'll talk about you while you're gone.
Talk about that's fine. Everybody else does. So you guys are live. Talk to the fans.
What's anybody want to say about Mark?
Oh, no, nobody
No.
wants to say anything, Mark. Mark has done a great job for the NHSTRA.
Hasn't he?
He has.
This has
He's
been
brought
awesome.
He has brought us so far back into where we needed to be as far as social media and everything else.
Right. There's been a lot of good things that have happened in 22.
And he's got a lot more things in store that people don't understand what's
What's
coming.
on the horizon?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just like what we're doing tonight with the whole video and live, like we did at Lee last week, we did at Monadnock last
Right.
week.
Yep.
We're going to set up mini studios. I know at least Ben's looking at doing something at Hudson. I'm looking at doing something at Lee because I got the 3rd floor of the tower that we're not using.
Right.
So we can set something up there. There's just a lot coming from the NHSTRA in the next well, I was going to say year, but it's probably going to come up
in the next 6
weeks,
months,
weeks and months.
Weeks, yeah. But definitely going into 23 is even going to be more.
Oh yeah.
You know, like there is with a lot of things. But that's what we tried to do too: is bring in the podcast, bring in the social media, bring in more stuff, so that the fans can get more of a view of what really is going on.
Well, it's like the interaction we have here. It's awesome. I'm sitting here right next to Mark and watching the computer, and we can read the comments from Andrew Harmon and Donnie McCaffrey and Gordon Farnham,
Yep.
and interact as the race is going on.
Right.
And it's not your traditional call the race, and you know it puts a different spin on it. Plus, we're getting our product out there.
Right.
Which I don't have to tell you. With everything you're doing with the Whitcomb 5, you understand it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're all getting it, you know, but we're all trying to take it to the next level.
And with the work of you and guys, I'm working with Archie St. Hilaire with the whole Pro Stock deal next week. Everybody just wants to see this sport survive and thrive and get it back to the excitement it was years ago.
Right. Yep. Yeah. I mean, we've all say racing missed a couple generations. At some points.
I wouldn't say necessarily racing missed a couple generations. I say racing in general, and it's not just the track owners, the promoters, the racers. It's everybody.
It's the whole package.
They got lazy.
Yep.
They took what was going on in the 70s and the
80s.
the ride that it went up in the 80s, and it started to plateau in the 90s, and we hit the 2000s, and we're already there. We don't have to do anything.
Right.
So we didn't do anything to keep ourselves current and active.
And then social media started to take off, and we didn't take advantage of it when it started.
Exactly.
So
and we just need to keep
correct
moving forward, putting different spins in it. And some ways, it's not necessarily putting new spins on it. It's bringing out the old spins that worked 40 years ago, 30 years ago,
and putting it into the new way that things are done.
Because a lot of the younger generation didn't see what we did back then. Because a lot of them, let's face it, they weren't born.
No.
And even Mark, you know, he was just a kid as everything was ramping up in the 80s.
Yep.
So I was born in 79.
Yep.
I started coming here in 80 as a 1-year-old, and I came here every single year up until the mid-90s.
But like I was telling Greg, we got lazy as a racing industry. The drivers, the owners, the promoters, everybody.
We were taking advantage of what happened.
We rode the coattails of going up, plateauing, and we didn't do anything to keep it going. And now we're trying to reinvent the wheel. But luckily, there's stuff that's happened that we can bring back, retool, and make it new again.
Right. Yep.
Look who we have in chat. This outrace would have been completely different if this gentleman showed up here.
Gordon Farnham.
Gordon Farnham. That guy is a wheel.
He's another one that keeps asking me about mini stocks at Oktoberfest.
So if you're telling me, what would it take to get mini stocks at Oktoberfest?
I told them if I could get 12 to 14 cars, I would consider bringing back another race. The problem is like we had for the belt race, and I get it.
Yeah.
The transmission that a lot of these guys have to buy to make it work at Lee is a lot of money. It's not just it's not like your street stocks and all that. They can.
We have another mini stock hero in chat, Bob Williams.
It's not like a street stock where you can just pull the chuck out, change the gears, and have a nice day. So I get it. And Lee being the oddball, I mean, even though this is what considered quote unquote a 3/8 mile, like Lee, it doesn't have the same characteristics. So you have to treat it differently.
Lee is huge and it is fast.
Well, when Red and Judy took it over from the Ken Smith, Charlie Elliott, and Russ Conway days, it was billed to be the Martinsville of the North.
Right. Yep.
And then next thing you know, Bob Baer builds New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and Lee's no longer truly the New Hampshire Center of Speed that they have taglined it.
Correct.
Now, so just so we can say that they have a ton of people watching live, if you are on Facebook and you're extremely, having problems with the stream, if it's fading in and out, go over to YouTube, New Hampshire Short Track Racing Association. We are also broadcasting live on that page as well. And the feed is so much better. Hi, Milton Duran watching in chat.
I thought that was Milton Renfrew.
Milton Renfrew Jr. Bud Tate would like us to zoom in on the scoreboard. We can't find it because it's not lit up.
We would like to too, Bud.
Yes.
We
if you only saw the amount of screens we have going in front of us, so I can figure out what's what. And unfortunately, the chat covers up my.
We're watching
half
the
my
screen
race
on
monitor.
the computer. We all have our timing and scoring on the phones.
All right, so we're going to turn down this for a second, guys, just
But
so we
we-
do not get booted off. So
We
hold
had
on
we
one
had
second.
another comic.
I have to pull it down for a minute. Get ready for some action, guys. Street Stocks, NHS, TRA style. This is a stout field, and this will be another phenomenal race.
Yes, it will be. And then,
Look what's up front. That car that was running pretty fast, that bright yellow.
well, we said that during the heat race that he was just fast enough that he was going to. Well, he won the heat race, didn't he? Or he finished second.
Second.
Finished second, yeah.
But enough that he was going to be a qualified car and start right back up in the front row. And that car might be just what I think he's going to be fast, but I think he's going to be fast enough to make it tight racing. And that might be the Achilles heel for Mr. Greenslitter coming to the back to the front.
So in case you guys have not seen, David Greenslit took the challenge. $300 to start at the rear of the field will be his if he wins this race. Unfortunately, I am not getting the scoring on that 95. Are you on your app?
I have a 95, but because they haven't done a lap yet, he's showing it last.
Last
Chris
place.
Colburn.
Yep, I gotcha.
And once they go green, it rearranges.
Chris Coburn, Trevor Rock, your front row. Rihanna Oxusis, Hagar the Horrible, in the 01 General.
Wow. Hagar the Horrible?
That was his nickname from the 90s
Wow.
and 2000s. So.
All right. I wasn't here in the 90s. I was a Monadnock guy then. And Star.
Keep your eyes on David Greenslit. This is going to be a show. David Greenslit starting 15th. Rock, Coburn, side by side. Rock has got the power in that yellow machine. Trevor Rock, Chris Coburn.
Chris Colburn getting it done, turning some good laps. 16-4 in that opener.
That 95 of Coburn is awful loose coming out of the corners. He's driving right on the edge. Trevor Rock, though.
David Greenslit, though, picking up 4 spots already.
Up to 12th.
Yeah.
But is he going to have enough time to get the deal done?
He's only on lap 4.
Oh! The wall, 35. Hard hit, Hager,
And we got
Brianna.
3 more.
Everybody got into it.
And that gave Greenslit, he's up to 6th.
I did not see, unfortunately, who hooked him.
He took a pretty good shot.
Sure did. That would be the 35 of Chris Lindquist. Brianna's got a flat as well. Looks like a left rear at least. So I'm being told in chat, Claremont's 3/8 of a mile on the outside. Lee is 3/8 measured from the inside.
Right.
That sounds about right.
I'm sure that Lee is measured from the inside.
As we've all been told as men, it's all how you measure.
I'm not going there.
Me neither.
Makes a big difference, that's
Well,
for sure.
It's like Monadnock's a quarter mile, Star's a quarter mile, and Hudson's a quarter mile. And we all know Hudson's smaller than the other two.
There's no way
it's-
Hudson's a real quarter mile.
I was always told it was measured by the groove,
Huh.
Monadnock
but
is
I don't
a
know
true,
if that's true or not.
Right.
Monadnock's
is a true quarter.
When you look at Monadnock and Hudson, they look like two completely different beasts. Like
They
Hudson,
are two. Well, just because
Hudson
of the
looks
way,
like it's half of what Monadnock is.
just Monadnock's layout is a totally different beast.
Right.
Monadnock's a pretty fun track as well. I got broken in there a bunch this year.
There's been a lot of good drivers that have a hard time with Monadnock.
Oh, absolutely.
Guess what I see, guys?
Especially 3. What?
David Greenslit, P7.
Yeah. I thought he was, but I thought the 21 was behind him. But he's okay. So he's 7.
Well, they're
It
going to go
depends
back to the previous
if,
lap.
If
Right.
they went back a lap, he might even need to go back. No, that's right, because he had passed 4 cars.
Yep.
He's where he needs to be.
Well, 3 of those went pit side.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that's had trouble with Monadnocks over the years and had a lot of success.
Some
everywhere
really
else.
good drivers
Yep.
that just could not figure out 3. They'd always have trouble with 3.
Jimmy Renfrew Jr. is a classic example.
Yeah.
He just doesn't run. He runs good, but he doesn't get it done usually. He just hasn't figured it out. It's
Time
like
to
David,
cross them up, guys. Green flag action next time by.
David Greenslit doesn't like to come to lead because he hasn't figured that place out.
Right. Yeah. Some drivers just don't figure places out, and it.
Looks like we're going to give them one more lap. Almost looks like we have something in the corner right there. See something white in the corner.
Over there,
Right-
over there,
right over
in the
yonder.
middle of 1 and 2.
I'm not sure if it's something or it's a chunk.
Do
of
you even say that's turn 1, or do you just say
Turn
that's
1.5.
It's 2.
1, 2?
It's 2.
It's
It's 2.
All right,
on
so
the front
Harmon
straightaway and
says
into 2.
33
It's
Vermont for the
2.
win. Let's take our bets. Guys, who you I'm taking Greenslit. You never bet
Well-
against Greenslit.
He's up to 7th already.
Bassett, what do you think, buddy?
What have we run? 5 laps?
I wish I had known.
4.
Okay. And he's 7th already.
Lindquist was pretty fast before he got into that wreck, too.
Yeah, he
so let's
was.
see what he's going to
And
do.
that double zero is fast too.
Oh, 100%. That Trevor Rock machine is a rocket as well.
Yeah, it is.
Don't count out Sonnhalter either. Greenslit going up for P5, guys.
But he's got 4 heavy hitters in front of him.
You mean he's got 3 heavy hitters in front of him?
Well, I'm just watching it. I think what he's going to do, he's going to follow Brandon Gray to the front and then have to figure him out. Let
I think
Brandon
you're
make
right.
the hole.
Gray is fast.
And actually, time-wise, they're exactly the same.
Last time by, though, guys, Trevor Rock, 16.115.
David Greenslit was the fastest one that time, though.
We got to pass to the lead. This is going to bring 3rd and 4th to them. We have a 4-way battle here in a second. Oh!
Brandon
Gray.
Gray into the second place car. But he had a heck of a run going down the front straightaway.
Andrew Brusso, Trevor Rock, Brandon Gray, David Greenslit, Matthew Sonnhalter, your
Caution.
top 5.
Turn 4.
Kaylee Eastman around in turn 4. Yellow flag is out. What a beautiful car that is. Chris the Weasel Riendo put that on the podium last week. That is a fast car.
The 85 car?
Yep.
We were saying in practice that it looks a lot like Kevin Stewart's old modified.
So that's a Scott Spalding rig that's got Brian Roby's hands all over it. That's
All righty.
Brian Roby's girlfriend driving.
There you go.
Matthew Bowles says, picking Greenslit's like picking Jeffrey Battle, easy win. Well, I'm all about the easy wins, guys.
Well, I wouldn't pick Jeffrey Battle. I'd pick Bobby Timmons
Bobby
Jr. So.
Timmons put on a clinic there last time.
Bobby Timmons is quite the wheelman. I give him a lot of credit. Watched him race for quite a while
Would you almost
now.
say that he's an original wheelman?
Yes, I would. And I think he should wear an original wheelman shirt on the Black Flagged podcast.
He actually does all the time.
I want to see
Charlie
you
was
say,
hanging out with us last week at Lee.
I know. He actually
Side by
announced the
side.
Ridge Runners. Brandon Gray sticking that nose underneath for second place.
Matthew Sonhalter showing some speed side by side with Greenslit.
Greenslit's going to get blocked out here.
Trevor Rock trying to close the door on David Greenslit. Greenslit says, not today, brother.
Coming up on halfway.
Caruso is checked out on the field. 16.119, fastest car
Well, I
on
was
the
going to
track.
say, all three cars in front of David Greenslit were faster that lap. All three of them.
What a battle back in the pack. Car goes around,
Oh.
sideways.
Oh, up over the
over
top.
the top.
Oh, the 95 is wrecked.
Oh, gets boned again.
Well, he was definitely trying to catch up to that. I think it was the 73 or the 21.
That would be I believe it was the 73 that they went up over the top of.
He was trying to catch him, and I think some body panels folded up underneath him.
Today's race is brought to you by Original Wheelman. Whether you win the show or you be the show like the 85 just did, Original Wheelman, Victory Lane Apparel since 2021. Also brought to you by Coal Fire Industries, LLC, custom fabrication and powder coating, Brentwood, New Hampshire. Reach out to Poggy at 603-703-1568. Let him know you heard about him on the Inside NHSTRA podcast. We have somebody not happy on the front stretch. Definitely, probably needs an Only Podium shirt. I'm going to say go over to Podium Clothing on Facebook. Makes you feel a lot better. He is not happy down there. Definitely letting us know. He is the one-man wrecking crew. Unfortunately, we got to have it on here. Let me see if I can get onto a different view here. Kind of see what's going on in the... Yeah, our follow cam is not following the action. Lindquist up into the pit. Coburn back into the car, being told nicely, let's just kind of take a deep breath. Car's going off on the hook. Nobody wants that. Car was strong today, too. See, that's what happens when Joe says, oh, boy, yeah, they're having words down there.
What I say now?
When Joe says that car is great and it's fast, it's usually ended up on the hook. Look at the 32, went up into the pits.
Well, he was fast, and what I saw, I don't know what started that deal in turn 4, but it looked like a racing deal.
Looked like hard racing action.
And the 73 had no place to go.
No, right up over the top.
It definitely wasn't the 73's fault going over his nose, but
no, he's probably mad at whoever hit him before that.
When he figures it out with the replay, he will definitely let you know. We haven't figured out the replays here yet. I'm working on that.
He's already got it figured out in his head what happened. Doesn't matter
We
what
all
you
do.
show
It's
him.
usually wrong.
Right.
Doesn't matter what you show him. It's already figured out in his head.
Yeah.
And until you show him the replay, and even then he's going to tell you the video lied.
Oh, well, that's what we do.
Of course it did.
Which is true, because the video is only as good as the angle it's taken from. It is.
It's true.
I've
Yeah,
watched
I get it.
people show me a video at Lee especially from turn 3 or turn 4. It's something that happened in turn 1, and I would be in the tower looking down at it, and it's like, yeah, that's not what happened.
Right.
It's a completely different world once you're
You
out there.
can't tell that the car was 2 tires in the grass to get underneath it to make that happen.
Look at the front end of that
Yeah,
machine
no,
as
I
it heads
get
up into the pits. Kyle Buck says that is him and Nick's old car. Kyle, was that the old rust bucket machine that you did? Yes, Tatro, that is the 73 New Hampshire,
Yes.
not the 73 machine yet. That
Sorry,
is
Joe.
Greenwood. David Greenslet up to P4. Let's see what he can do. Sonnhalter's got a good run
Well, I
going
was gonna
today,
say-
right by Brandon Gray.
Greenslit's only going to be as good as the cars that will move out of the way in front of them, and they're racing side by side.
Give P3 to David Greenslet, knocking on the door of P2.
He's going to have a hard time getting to the 81.
Clark Brooks into the side of Brianna, almost put her into the turn 4 wall. Brianna may repay the favor down the backstretch. Definitely looking like she's debating it.
So you got Greenslit taking second.
Yes, he is.
So what do we got for laps left, Mark?
Five to go.
Five to
4
go.
this time by.
I don't see him getting to the 81.
He's desperately needing the caution to make this happen.
With the action going on back in the pack, that is entirely possible.
Absolutely.
Lindquist back up to P6, by the way. Where did that happen? David Greenslit sitting P2. Coming to 2 laps to go this time by. I don't think he's got it. Got the time here.
Not without a caution.
Greenslit is 0.8 of a second faster, but he just does not have the room.
Yeah, but Andrew doesn't have to be.
Coming to the checkered flag, give that victory to the 81, Andrew Brusso, David Greenslit, Brandon Gray, Matthew Sonnhalter, Trevor Rock, Lindquist, Grenier, Clark Brooks, Brianna, Oxusis in the 10th place is not reading, so I don't know. Smith, I believe it is in the 7.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it says waiting for data on my
No.
app.
Eric Smith.
What a race.
And we got another good one coming.
Absolutely.
With at least 10 cars that can win.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
I told you I was trying to be conservative here.
Right. But that's why I said at least 10 cars.
21 cars, it's going to be a heck of a show. I mean, where did they wind up? It would be nice to have the lineup sitting here in front of us, but
No printer here, unfortunately.
to know where everybody starts. Actually, hold on a minute. I can tell you the lineups. This My Race Pass is an awesome tool because I use it at Lee. Late model sportsman, 4 races, the feature.
I think we got a nice
52
little
laps.
backstretch burnout coming your way.
The starting lineup for the late model sportsman has the 25 on the pole, with the 23 on the outside pole, the 30 starting 3rd, the 3 New Hampshire starting 4th, the 28 starting 5th, the 00 starting 6th, the 31K starting 7th, the 77 starting 8th, the 16th starting 9th, the 88 starting 10th, the 8 New Hampshire 11th, the 11 New Hampshire 12th, the 10 13th, the 73 13th, 14th, excuse me. And I even have my glasses on. The 15th position will be the 16Z. The 16th position will be the 19. The 17th position will be the 73W. The 18th position will be number 2. 19th will be 8. The 20th position will be 70. And 32 starting tail on the field.
This is going to be a fun race.
12 cars. 12 cars could have a shot at this.
The problem I see with it, though, you got the 3 heavy hitters who we thought after the heat
right
races
up in the front.
starting 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. But let's not forget,
But
this
then
is
you got
52
Jack,
laps.
and you also have Jack McClay starting on, in 9th. He was definitely one of the ones to watch with Cody Schoolcraft starting 7th. Cam Curtis starting 8th. I mean, realistically, all the top 10 cars here were fast. And then Ryan Bell was fast.
It's going to be interesting.
Did I hear David Greenslet say he was going to be at Lee next week?
I missed that.
Yeah, that's what he just said.
And he just gave a shout-out to Inside NHSTRA as well. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful.
It's a twofer.
Gotta love it. Shout-out to Original Wheelman as well.
Yeah, I got to teach you how to use this My Race Pass. You can pull everything up from it.
I got it up now here, too. I unfortunately can't use it on my screen, though. So I do have it up.
Yep. But you can
Figuring
pull
out a little
you
bit.
can pull your lineups up. You can, if they've started to put results in already, you can put those in, and then you go to your live timing.
Oh, yeah, it works great.
I don't use all the tools on it yet, but
See, I end up using, so I do a lot here with the timing like this.
well, I still use Race Monitor.
So the race monitor fits perfectly on my screen to be able to do my multi-overlays. So unfortunately, until Race Pass can go sideways, I can't use it.
What I want to do is eventually put the website, incorporate everything into it.
Daniel Freddick, be nice to hear the post-race interviews. You are correct. Unfortunately, we had equipment failure here today, so we were tied into their board for them, but last-minute thing, 2 minutes before we went to air, we had a board fail, so we had to swap out one that does not have that functions. This is a test if you guys haven't figured it out. We're testing some stuff and seeing how this works, trying to bring you some great coverage from, all the NHSTRA tracks. So we're working on in-car cameras. We're working on replays. We're working on being able to hear the interviews.
I will tell you that's a nice sight to see
Did I hear
down
career
there.
win number 1 for Andrew Brusso?
I didn't.
Is
I
that
didn't
what he
hear
said?
that.
I think that's what he said.
I was actually watching and seeing how great it was to watch Tyler Lescourt down there.
Oh, yes. There's one happy crew right there, guys.
Yep.
I never got to experience what that was like,
Me either.
ever. You
Me
neither? We're in the same club.
I think the best I ever did was second or third in the heat race.
Yes, no, so Daniel, you can hear it. Unfortunately, when we stop talking, we have a gate, so it closes the gate so you won't hear the background. We're working on things. Just trust me. We did have that mic'd up. Unfortunately, we're not able to use it, so work in progress. My first time here doing the live broadcast at Claremont Motorsports Park. It has been an understatement for sure. I was here at noon setting up cameras. I have them all over the track, so it's been a long day for sure.
Have a lot of patience with Mark. He's bringing the NHSTRA very far, very fast, and we got lots of improvements to make, and we're going to make them. And
can we just say, look at this. We have a camera about 800 feet away from where we're sitting, giving you guys the backstretch. How cool is that?
It's super cool. And the stuff that we're working on, and we were talking, Greg and I were talking about while you were down changing batteries on cameras and whatnot. Very excited where we're going to be in the next few weeks and months and next year from now.
This is our third official live broadcast.
Yeah, exactly.
And for everybody that is on Facebook, check out the YouTube page. I've said it numerous times, and I can see who's on who. All the people are sending me private messages saying the YouTube feed is so much better. Facebook crushes everything that we send out, so I'm broadcasting it to both. But the YouTube feed is so better.
Pro Top Series will be here in town. We are off next week due to NASCAR Cup Series being at Loudon.
Yeah, Claremont is not running next.
Next
Friday
Friday
night.
night. No.
Lee is.
Lee is.
Lee is running Friday
Hudson
night, and
is.
Hudson is running on Sunday.
Right.
The only two NHSTRA tracks in action next weekend.
I will be at Hudson. Will be broadcasting live.
You're going to be at
try
Lee
to
too.
be at Lee.
You're going to be at Lee.
It's going to be hard for you to go
Maybe
to
I'll
Hudson.
skip. Maybe I'll skip Loudon.
It's going to
I
be
don't know,
hard
we'll
for you to
see.
go to Hudson if you don't go to Lee on Friday with broken knees. Just saying.
I can't get up to that tower in Hudson if I have broken legs.
Exactly.
Right.
so-
Right.
You won't be able to drive that Cadillac either.
Yeah.
Yes, very, very true. There's a lot. We have a lot of stuff on the agenda that we're doing a little bit slowly. Like I said, this is our third broadcast. Greg Whitcomb has been kind enough to kind of come hang out with me and broadcast. Joe Bassett as well. Joe's my what do I call it? My backup Monday morning backup quarterback on the show. So.
I am the official third wheel guest when nobody else wants to come.
Guess what else we're doing? We are going to be broadcasting the Inside NHSTRA live show on YouTube from now on as well.
Nice.
So it's going to be
That's awesome.
Facebook and YouTube.
Nice.
Eventually, we will get it up on Twitch as well. Trying to get those numbers up. So why isn't Jimmy D in the booth? Because he's about 900 feet away over in the Turn
you
1
can't
Tavern.
you can't have alcohol up here.
He told me to bring him a roaming microphone.
That's why we're drinking what we're drinking and not drinking a Truly.
I could be a wise guy
Very
and say,
true.
Jimmy
You know?
who?
So we do
Don't
have-
forget, everybody, we got the Truly Hard Seltzer 125 at Lee. Friday night, a week from tonight. I'm excited.
That is the Whitcomb 5 series. What a phenomenal job you guys are doing with that.
Keep in mind, next Friday night, just between the Pro Stocks and the Modifieds, there's 275 laps of feature racing. Just in those two divisions alone.
What was that?
275 feature laps.
In those two divisions.
In those two divisions. Not counting, we'll have street stocks, ridge runners, pure stocks, and six shooters. And before you get excited and say it's an overloaded show, the house divisions will be running features only.
Yeah, so
Right.
keep
So
that in mind.
we know we can't be running the show till right up to midnight.
Good point by Daniel Fredick. On YouTube, you can rewind and get your own instant replay. So, all right, so I do have instant replay.
You just didn't know
It's
it.
not working correct. No, it's not working correctly. So what we're going to end up doing, we also have in-car cameras that we're going to start trying to broadcast from. Unfortunately, I have what's called the guys, I love this stuff. I have a mesh network set up all around this track with numerous access points that I'm pulling data from. Unfortunately, Claremont does not have really good internet coverage here, and the cell phone service is worse than Monadnock's, believe it or not.
So do we have 1 second to bring up the points?
What's your
We
point?
do.
Huh?
What's your point?
Yeah, what? Tell us what the points
So
are.
Jackie and I had a long meeting about it last night.
There's the
And-
meeting of the
and-
minds.
And it was a meeting of the minds. Jackie thought I was coming down to move in with us into his house and everything. So we sat there last night and we said, okay, listen, we're gonna have we may not have a double winner. Okay, so all four guys are gonna have to win to get in. We got a bunch of guys stacked in points, and we've got a point system that after 75 laps, the top 10 get points. So we're not using our point system the way we should. So what did we do? Somebody's going to point their way in because we're not having 4 at the championship weekend. There's going to be 5.
Ooh, I
Somebody
like
is
that.
going to point their way in. So the Whitcomb 5 now has 5 guys running for the championship at Monadnock. Somebody will point in.
I love that.
Okay. So at Lee, watch how fast these guys run to run for the points at 75 lap mark. That's what
That's
we're
going to add
bringing
some
to it.
action.
Yes. At Lee and Hudson.
That is going to be some fun.
Yeah.
You'll find out when you get there.
Now, if you have a double guy win, if you have Pat Noter Byrne win at Lee, or somebody that wins at Lee, we go to Hudson, we have one of those three win at Hudson. 2 guys are going to point you.
Ooh, I like this.
Okay?
Guys, this is your last
So is there-
chance to
is there
get your votes in for who's going to be the top 3. Got to get them in order. P1, P2, P3, and then I will not take any more after that, and you will win a weekend weapon shirt courtesy of Original Wheelman.
Are we going to have a promoter's option?
At Lee?
No, for at the championship. You should take the general managers from each track and they vote on the 6th car. Let's really make it a race.
I like this. So we're being asked what the YouTube channel is. If you just search NHSTRA or New Hampshire Short Track Racing Association, it will pop up. YouTube doesn't let you pick fun little addresses, unfortunately, so it's a bunch of letters and numbers. So you just got to search it out, NHSTRA.
This is the thing.
Subscribe to us, and then you get all the notifications.
Right. This is the thing, Joe and Mark, that Jackie and I, we're listening to all suggestions. Okay? But, yeah, we wanted to use the point system for a reason.
No, I like the idea because
Okay. But you didn't like it before. You said, if you make a change, you're going to be upsetting people. You're gonna
wait a minute.
But now the drivers love it.
Wait a minute. Normally, when somebody says they're going to change the point system, all of a sudden this is worth this many points and that. It's not. You're
Right.
not really changing the point system. You're using the point system as part of the show now.
Well, see, this is what I wanted to do. I didn't want you to know exactly what I was going to say.
That's usually the best way to get information across. All right, I'm picking Radical Ricky Bly for the win. He notoriously does not do good in this race. But you can't beat him. He's the pick you have to take.
I don't know. This could be his Earnhardt Daytona 500 deal.
You're right.
Because he's never won this race.
Exactly.
So
you're saying going into 3, somebody's going to run over a bell housing?
no.
So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looking at the top 14, any single one of them could win this race.
I would not disagree with that.
Starting at his inside will be the 31K out of Cody Schoolcraft out of Claremont, New Hampshire.
And I would have to kind of say, I'm still saying that 31K, knowing the car's history, he figures that thing out, but I don't know. He was
That car, brand new, rolled down into New Smyrna and won the race. And then it
the
put out.
second race.
True, and then put on
But then
numerous
it put
good
on,
shows at Lee.
It put
He
on a
clinics
clinic last
Yep.
year at Lee.
Somebody pointing out in chat that the winner of the last race, Andrew Baruso, yes, his dad was the legendary Mike Baruso, founder of Ace Tex Tire and Auto with Matt.
Oh, nice. Nice. And they're the sponsor tonight, correct?
And he was an
that's
absolute
even that's even
legend.
better.
Unfortunately, passed away extremely young, but put an absolute mark on every track that he ever raced at. Mike Baruso was a legend in New England racing. First guy I actually ever drove around this track back when they used to do the Pepsi rides around the cars.
Yep.
So I actually got in and looked at me and was like, do you want to go fast or do you want to go fast?
Right.
And I said, fast.
Yes.
And I had my first run around here when I was about 9 years old and loved it.
It gave you a whole different perspective of it, though, didn't it?
Oh, 100%. When you sit up in the stands or you watch it on TV, it's really hard to realize how much banking is really in this track.
Yeah.
There's a ton in turn 1 and 2.
I don't think I've ever been down onto the track here.
Look right down, guys, where the camera's focused. That is none only than Tyler Lescourt,
Yes.
guys. Your grand marshal for today's event.
Which is awesome.
Tyler Lescourt took an absolute horrific hit into turn 1.
Listen to him cheer for him. That is awesome.
Such a great guy. the way the community came around him when he was hurt and out of work. He spent numerous days, actually weeks, in critical care. And
Yep.
to see him up and walking around, I get it. It's not the way he wants to be right now with the halo and all of that, but he's still with us. He says he's going to be back in action next year. And the whole Lescord family is absolutely wonderful. His dad, Dave, and all of them, top-notch people. And I had just said that the week before he got in his wreck, is that one thing I love about the Lescord family is they were not afraid to innovate. They would put awesome stuff out onto the track each and every week. Dave Lescord used to have an old 162 Pro Stock that had like a 2-foot-tall Lexian V-wing in the back of that thing, just to try to see what would happen.
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, guys. This is the other extension of our family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Lots and lots of prayers for that kid, and well, I call him a kid because he's a kid to me. But the racing community definitely, you're right, rallied around him, and it was great to see.
Extremely great, fast response by Speedway Safety Services, too. They ended up seeing the pictures in the Valley News of that car completely cut up. Tyler is so lucky to still be with us. It was unbelievable and scary when you looked at how that car was after it was done. Tyler joined down on the flag stand with one of his BFFs, DJ Gerard, down there with him. Tyler's going to be waving the green for you guys, and it couldn't be for a better guy.
Yeah.
Also giving a huge shout-out to Craig Smith. This race is in honor of his father, Dean, the original 29 that used to be out there way back in the day, and then back into the 52, and that's why we're running 52 laps. Dean Smith was a fixture at this track. Came here back when Craig Smith was back in the little young gun division or whatever they called it here, and worked himself up. You couldn't ask for this. Racing community in a general over here is just wonderful.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Your last chance, ladies and gentlemen. Get your top 3 picks in, because I will look at the timestamp, and your guesses after that will not be considered. You guess the top 3, you will get a weekend weapon shirt courtesy of Original Wheelman.
Let's get these guys started up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start your engine.
Oh, the sound of 21 late model sportsmen ready to do action. This broadcast is brought to you by Only Podiums. Visit them on Facebook, Podium Clothing. This broadcast is also brought to you by Cold Fire Industries, LLC, custom fabrication and powder coating, located in Brentwood, New Hampshire, 603-703-1568. Also brought to you by Original Wheelman. Whether you win the show or you be the show, Victory Lane Apparel since 2021. Want to give a big shout out to Ace Tech's Tire and Auto for sponsoring tonight's festivities on the track as well. This is the Dean Smith Memorial, 52 laps, late model sportsman. This is the big show. This is the one that this crowd came here to see. This is also round 1 of the race for the ring for the late model sportsman. Big shout out to Samantha Guyette. She is our camera operator for the evening, doing a wonderful job. If you guys would like to assist in any of these broadcasts, unfortunately, I can only do so much. So we're looking for some assistance to help out with some of these. If you're interested, reach out to me, reach out to Joe, reach out to Ben. we'll love to have you come on and give us a hand because this is all about fun for us here at the NHSTRA. We are being told, put them side by side, cross them up. 21 late model sportsmen ready to do battle. This race is going to be wild.
And Tyler's not just throwing the green flag out. He's crossed them up, and he's doing the whole flagman duties to start this race off.
Racing is in his blood. Like, he's probably freaking out that he can't be behind the wheel.
Oh, I'm
it's
sure
going to be
he
the
wants
hardest
to be
thing
in-
for him. Going green
Oh,
next
showing
time,
him-
guys.
He's showing him one to.
Andrew Brusso, David. Nope, sorry, we have the wrong thing. Dallas Trombley, Craig Smith, your front row. Hayden Grenier. Green flag is in the air. Tyler Lesgord giving us the let's go to action. Dallas Trombley takes the initial lead. Hayden Grenier, strong move on the inside. Radical Ricky Bly adding on to that freight train. Dallas Trombley, Hayden Grenier, they are putting on a battle at the front of this. Ricky Bly puts his nose in there, getting ready to go 3 wide for 4th, 5th, and 6th there. Ben Poland working his way up to P4, showing that he is still strong after the initial problems in warm-ups. Hayden Grenier is at the rear corner of Dallas Trombley. Give P1 to Hayden Grenier over Dallas Trombley. Ricky Bly ready to take over P2. Dallas unfortunately stuck on the outside.
Yeah, Ben Poland's going to take advantage of it right now.
Absolutely. Hayden Scott, Ricky Bly, Ben Poland up to P3. Cam Curtis looking to join the train by Dallas Trombley as well. Hayden Scott, sorry, I said Grenier.
That 30 car is usually a strong car wherever he goes.
Oh, yes, that's a beautiful car. Ten laps down, 42 to go this time by. So far, it's been all Hayden Scott. Or Grenier that I called him the last couple laps. It's all good, though.
But Ricky Bly's right there.
Ricky Bly, fastest car on the track last time by.
Putting the nose inside.
There he goes.
Ricky Bly, your new, oh, crossover move. Hayden Scott is not done. Unfortunately, once Ricky Bly gets out front, it is sail set.
I don't know. Hayden Scott was faster than him that lap. Oh, no, he wasn't. Excuse me.
They're close. They're within 2 tenths.
Yeah, they're right there. The top 3. And you know lap traffic at some point is going to be.
It's going to play a huge role.
Exactly.
Car around, that will be, oh, car into it hard. Nowheres to go. Unfortunately, we can't get that camera to focus. Can't really tell. Is that the George Frost machine that slid up into him? Definitely looks like it was the George Frost machine that slid into him, but hard to tell. And that car has come to rest right there, so I'm not going to be able to get a look at it.
It was definitely the 19 that slid up into him.
Yeah, so that was Frost. Glad to see a lot of you making your way over to YouTube, finding NHSTRA and watching on there because the footage is so much better over there. So definitely go subscribe and check it out. Yeah, I cannot tell who that is. Frost up into the pits. Tammy Maxim watching all the way from Simpsonville, South Carolina. What's up, Tammy? Checking us out on YouTube. The one and only Taylor Whirl watching. She's unfortunately on Facebook, so she's not cool. You got to go over to YouTube and check us out. My boy Kyle Buck, Howie Dietz, Chris Jackman, Mackenzie Weston, Christine Vinyl. What's going on? Being told that is the Leo Martin machine. I believe you are right. That does look like the 88. Unfortunately, that stinks. Love you too, Taylor. How's it going? Apparently, at one point, I called her Tyler on a live broadcast, and I've never lived it down. I hear about it like 6 times a week. I get texted that. Yep, that is Leo Martin Jr. Like I said before, if anybody is interested in giving us a hand on these live broadcasts, give me a shout out and let me know because I would love to have you come give me a hand. Who else gives us a hand each and every week is Original Wheelman. Win the show or be the show. Victory Lane Apparel since 2021. Only Podiums. Visit Podium Clothing on Facebook. If you are not wearing an Original Wheelman shirt, I better see you wearing an Only Podiums one. That's just the way it's got to be.
I live in my Lee USA Speedway polos, sorry.
Yeah, your Lee USA ones are good. I don't have one of those, too.
I might be able to make that happen.
Coal Fire Industries, LLC, custom fabrication and powder coating. Brentwood, New Hampshire. Pogie, I heard he works for Bang Energy Drinks and Marlboro Reds. We were told that last week. Give him a call at 603-703-1568. Tell him you heard about him on Inside NHSTRA. Also going to get a huge shout out to division sponsor, 103 Auto Heads Up Motorsports. They are the division sponsor for the late model sportsman here at Claremont Motorsports Park. Huge shout out to them. Also Ace Tech's Tire and Auto, who is today's sponsor for the event. Shout out to Trevor Johnston watching all the way from Kannapolis, North Carolina. What's going on? It's interesting to see how many people are watching from so far away. I mean, I see the numbers, and those are just the Facebook numbers of people watching. I don't get the YouTube.
Wow.
So there's a lot more. If you scroll, look at this, a lot more of them are on YouTube than are on Facebook. So you see them in the corner. So, absolutely love having you guys here. Leo Martin's machine has seen better days. I remember back when Leo used to ride the 00X. It used to be the backup car for Nate Young back in the day. It was so funny back in the day because Nate would drive the green one, Leo would drive the purple one, and they named it Barney back in the day. So went out there, and Leo was in Barney and smoked Nate Young in the heat races. And he went, all right, I'm taking that car in the feature. Went out there at Leo Martin, beat Nate Young, victory lane, put the 00 green car that he was put into because it was slower than the other one, and won the race.
Wow.
And I wish we had a camera rolling on Joe Bassett because Joe almost flipped over in his chair for the 18th time.
Yeah, this
today.
chair is terrible.
We do have a camera up here. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Beaudry. That is Joe Bassett, and we have Greg Wickham hanging off in the corner over here.
I will stop complaining about your chairs in the studio.
Our chairs in the studio are much better. Guys, you heard it
Absolutely.
here first. There is a brand new Inside NHSTRA studio coming. Our other one was kind of let's throw it together in my photo studios where that's located. We have another
It's the
location in the building,
boudoir.
the Boudoir studio. We have another location that we are moving the studio to, and we, I must say, have outdone ourselves because the new table is absolutely top-notch. Our end tables are crankshafts. Our new
Okay.
table is a Chevy 355 with the pistons mounted on the outside going through a table of glass. And we have, you know, guys, how we love Kevin Brown's fuzzy white chair?
Yeah.
They may have duplicated, and we may have a bunch more
Please no.
comfortable chairs for everybody
no.
at the Inside NHSTRA
No
studios.
fuzzy chairs.
And we broadcast live every Monday night at 7 o'clock on Facebook and YouTube. We
I'll
are
bring my
open to
own
the
office
public.
chair.
Joe is being a square over there. If you want to come hang out in the audience, you can
being-
come each and every week, Monday night, 7 o'clock.
I'm being the old man that I truly am.
Ricky Bly, Hayden Scott, or Grenier, like I said before. Ricky Bly, Scott.
Oh,
Car around. Oh, carnage.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
man, what a hit. What a hit. Carr had nowheres to, looked like he had plenty of wheres to go, but unfortunately had nowheres. That would be the 70 machine. You got Cam Curtis. Is that the 3 of Jeff Murray?
Yes,
Looks
it
like
is.
the 3, yeah.
And that is the 70 machine of Rocky Smith. Took a hard hit, I would say about 2 to 3 seconds after those cars came to rest in turn 3 and 4.
Yeah.
We're going to try to get the cars down.
Good question. Where was the spotter? I don't know. He may have been checking out the amazing food put on here by Grenier in the old grill that he has back here. If you guys like fried pickles spears
Yeah.
here,
Good.
I just devoured an entire package of them. Shout out to Lisa Gagne. She's watching from Cavendish, Vermont. Let us know where you're watching down here at chat while we have a minute. Field is under red, so let us know where you're watching from. It's interesting to see for us.
We'll have to go away on the hook.
This right here, guys, is the NHSTRA Late Model Sportsman Race for the Ring Dean Smith Memorial.
Jeff Murray and Cam Curtis.
Lot of kitty litter going down on the track today.
Jeff Murray, Cam Curtis to go to the rear of the field for both being caution cars. Rocky Smith again going out on the hook.
Cam Curtis drove away. Bob Williams, I got to talk about you. That's right. You told me to talk about you more. What can I say about Bob Williams? What a great guy. Drives that number, I believe it was 41, red CRX. Beautiful car. What I love about him is, all right, I shouldn't tell this story, but I'm going to.
Poor Bob.
He put his nose in someone else's argument at Hudson Speedway a couple weeks ago, and he just like poured gasoline on, looked at me, smiled, and walked away. He's like, I do what I do best. What can I say?
I am. That falls under no comment.
Oh, I absolutely love it.
For the Cup Series being at Hampshire Motor Speedway. Then we'll be back in action the following week after that.
I can't repeat that one on there. Our chat is one of the funnest places to go on the internet, that's for sure.
It's definitely interesting. That's one thing, especially when I'm not on the show and I'm home on a Monday night watching the show, watching the chat and following along.
Sometimes
It's
I'm a little
interesting.
slow to react to that because I'm usually texting Joe up on the side, laughing at stuff.
Sometimes. I might make a few comments that's not on the thread.
Oh, the stuff that comes in the other channels behind the scenes is pretty
the
funny.
most interesting.
If you guys haven't figured out, we do have a way to talk to each other behind the scenes while the show's going on, and sometimes the off-color commentary is even better. We
It's very colorful commentary.
Absolutely. We're trying some new stuff, seeing what works. I mean, this is a work in progress. Ben and Steve reached out to me, I would say, middle of last year, beginning of this year, and said, is this something you would eventually want to do? And I was like, nah, I don't think so. I think that was my first meeting for a while. I was like, nah, I don't think I want to. And then as time went on, it was like, it just made sense because I have a ton of fun doing this. Right. I really do. Kyle Buck says, I wonder if that car's cheap now. I do love that.
No, it's more money now because it's well seasoned.
It had a ton of time on camera. So, like I said, this is a work in progress. We appreciate you guys coming to check us out. If your friends are into racing and they don't know we're doing this, we're going to try to live stream something every week at one of the tracks. So if I'm not here, sometimes like next weekend I will probably be broadcasting from Lee and Hudson. I know the week after or a couple weeks from now,
do you
I'll
hear
be
he
doing
kind
all
of is
three.
changing his tune, Joe?
I really want to go.
Going through the night.
I did.
Okay.
I really want to go to Lee. I
wanted to
do
make sure
enjoy
you
it
caught
there.
that.
Here we go.
All depends on my co-host on
You wear
my
Depends?
Case Watch podcast that I do. What's that?
You wear Depends?
No, but it does depend. Guys, you see that's corny old man jokes right there. That's
I never
why
said I wasn't old.
that's why Greg was laughing as well.
I'm even older than Greg.
Yes. He's got me by 4 months.
So if I can manage to go to Lee Friday night, so we have Caitlin Osborne's camera that I tie into, which means we have one other camera available. So if I can get somebody who wants to come check out Lee and run another camera, we can have. I might bring like 5 cameras there.
We also have Racing America in the house next week.
Oh, so there might not be a lot of room
We
for
can't
me.
forget about that.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about that, Joe. Thank you for bringing that up.
That's what Joe is here for.
That's right.
What do we always say on the show? When Papa Joe comes to visit, like we can't.
That's what Ben calls me, Papa Joe.
The killer of all fun, Joe
I
Bassett.
kill no fun.
I love it. Chris Jackman says, Joe, when are you guys repaving Lee? I hope never.
Never.
I hope never.
Never.
Andrew Harmon running the Pure Stock next Friday night at Lee.
Where's Katie?
I don't know. She will be back from Vegas. She's been having some fun in Vegas this week.
All right. No, I would be absolutely afraid to pave Lee. It would be so fast.
Yeah, on a track that's already fast.
And actually, it's part of its characteristics of having no bite and making it work. And
Right.
My favorite camera view of the night is that one at the end of the backstretch. Pretty proud of that one. Hopefully nobody walks off of it before we go over there and collect that camera. So. Got the Speedy Dry all picked up in turns 3 and 4. Harmon's got to see if something's wrong with it, which means he'll probably win.
so that means just take it out in practice and then put it back in it.
Yeah, true. I think he misses it.
I think she's got a pretty decent points run going right now. I'd have to look it up, but
That is the 3 of Jeff Murray getting ready to join the field. Like I said before, if you have a friend who loves racing, let them know what we're doing here on Inside NHSTRA. Facebook, YouTube, possibly a couple other sites eventually. Streaming, going to try to do one a week when it fits my schedule. Like I said before, if you or somebody you know would like to help out, have some fun doing these broadcasts, because like next week, Greg is not available to co-host, so might have to look for someone new. Bassett's not going to be available.
No.
So you're going to end up with me up there twiddling my thumbs.
I'm sure Ben will be around.
You'll have somebody.
You might even see Kevin Brown floating around. And don't be surprised if you don't.
I never
see
heard of her. Is he nice? Is she nice?
No, she sucks. but I'm sure you'll see the Black Flag podcast boys there too.
Oh, very true. We did steal one of them last week and have them come broadcast.
Charlie loves his Pro Stock / Super Late models.
Side by side, Ricky Bly gonna lead them to green. Ricky Bly, Hayden Scott, Ben Poland. Cam Curtis has got a massive tire rub. Looks to be on his right rear tire. Oh, look out, look out. Something happened to Jack McClay. Slow on the field. Yellow flag is out. I'm assuming it would be, it has to be a flat, but although yellow's out, so he's still sitting there. I saw no smoke, no fluid out of the back of that.
Could be electrical.
Very possible. He shut down in a hurry coming down off the backstretch.
And look who's up into 5th place.
Cody Schoolcraft. I had to count with my finger down there to see it.
Slowly staying out of trouble and
creeping up.
Exactly.
See, unfortunately, my live timing stopped updating a little while ago here.
I wasn't even looking at live timing. I was just watching, and I think if that caution hadn't come out, he'd be sitting in 4th right now.
You are really pulling for that.
It's just I think that the car. I know what the car can do.
It's them figuring out that car.
Exactly. I think when they get that car figured out, he's going to be giving Ricky Bly a run for his money.
Car owner on that is Nathan Kelly, 360 Designs and Race Cars. Definitely a little bit of a master with the chassis work as well, so we'll see what happens. A lot of good cars out here. That car was built at I'm trying to remember, they delivered that to Weber's down in Florida. Like, they didn't even see that car. It was built down there and delivered, and they showed up and won with that. Being asked if I'll be broadcasting July 29th. I don't know. Let me check my schedule. I will not. I will be broadcasting. All right, so this is the tentative schedule, guys. I'll be broadcasting from Hudson July 17th, Lee USA Speedway July 30th, Hudson the 31st, Monadnock August 13th, Hudson the 21st, Claremont the 2nd of September, and then I will be at Lee for the entire Oktoberfest. I'm not sure what we're going to broadcast and what we're not. A lot of work goes into these live broadcasts. Like I said, if somebody would like to come help out so I'm not lugging this entire thing from the pits up here by myself, would be wonderful. Yellow flag still out, trying to figure out what's going on. I am not sure. You told green next time by. Being told, thank you for catching my wreck last week at Monadnock. Would not be me. That would be the one and only Colton Martin, camera operator extraordinaire that we had from Monadnock last week.
But even better race car driver.
He's an okay race car driver. He's pretty good with a camera. Green flag racing this time by Ricky Bly, Hayden Scott, Ben Poland. See if we can get a lap in so my race monitor can update. Ricky Bly out to a dominating lead over Hayden Scott.
Definitely the race on the track right now is for third.
Oh, no, so over Ben Poland. Sorry about that. Hayden Scott in third. Dallas Trombley. Cody Schoolcraft.
Cody Schoolcraft up to fourth. Ricky Bly is definitely checked out on this one. Over a second lead on Ben Poland.
Man on the move is the 32 of Travis Cass, currently 8 positions gained from his starting position.
There's your 32, Joe.
I know that's why I went there.
Ricky Bly, Ben Poland, Hayden Scott, Cody Schoolcraft, Dallas Trombley round out your top 5.
And we are at halfway.
Cam Curtis putting it to the floor down on the backstretch. Really on the move now.
And I think Ricky Bly's putting on a clinic.
But lots of laps still to go. This is Ricky Bly's nemesis. This race.
Almost 2 full seconds.
Ricky Bly 1.661 seconds ahead of second place, Ben Poland.
He's closing it up then.
Oh, cars around on the backstretch. Ryan Bell, Dallas Trombley. Dallas got into the back of it. Looked like, I think it was the 3, I'm not sure.
And that's going to put the 32 car up to
Is it the
6th
3 or
place.
the 8? I think it's the 8.
Let's not forget about Travis Cass, and the 32 is sitting will end up being P6, Joe.
I know. I might not have screwed that number
10
up so bad after all.
10 positions gained on the day.
It's
Lots of cars going into the pits. I see
it's
3 up
making
now.
a comeback, Joe. It's making a comeback.
Take that, CJ. Oh.
Now we're going to bunch them back up. We're going to be starting Poland outside of Ricky Bly. And you also have your boy Cody Schoolcraft going to be starting 4th.
Well, you were asking before on the last caution when Bobby Weber got that car. He got it from Jason Boyd down in Florida.
Boyd Tech,
Boyd
that's right.
Technologies. And Jason actually has a lot of these type of cars for the Sportsman Series down in Florida that he builds and maintains. And
That's the same one that Brooke Storer runs. Same style chassis,
Yes.
same car,
Yes.
same division.
Yep.
That
Yep.
Sportsman Series is pretty cool.
It's very cool. I was kind of hoping when we went to the downforce bodies on this, it would take off and be something like that, but it just kind of went stagnant. And
I hate to say, still not a fan of those bodies. I like that axe style.
I don't mind the bodies.
Ricky
the late
Bly's
models?
is the best of both worlds. You have the axe style front and then the downforce
The
rear.
thing I like about these bodies is if you ran, say you ran these at Lee and with the Pro Stocks and we still had these, they look different. So it's not a case of why are you bringing the same type of car.
Slower versions of the last division. I get it.
They
yes.
can't tell that you have an 8-inch tire on it compared to a 10-inch tire.
Right.
It is hard to tell. I do get that. It does add a little differentiation between them. I even said that word, I think, correct, so I'm pretty proud of myself.
All right, so now say Black Flag Podcast fast.
No, I learned my lesson. We had to go back and edit out that all of that show. I can't say it fast. Bly and Poland side by side, followed by Hayden Scott, Cody Schoolcraft. Kevin Vondrian slow on that restart.
Cam Curtis cracking into the top 4.
That car is fast. Two laps after caution, Ricky Bly already half-second lead over P2. Lap 34 of 52. Hopefully soon we will have a scoreboard on the backstretch, so it will be a little bit easier for people to check out.
Cam Curtis is definitely the second fastest car on the track right now.
Yeah, you are right.
I just don't know if he's got it to get around Ben Poland and Hayden Scott.
Ricky Bly up to 1.144 seconds over Ben Poland. Make that 1.246. .39 laps down after this 52-lap event.
Cam can close it up. He just can't find a lane to get under or around him.
Ricky Bly is running 14.888 though. He is sub 15-second laps.
I know.
If you guessed the finishing order correctly, make sure you send me a message so I can go back and verify your timestamp. If you guessed the top 3 correctly, please let me know. Six laps to go this time by.
Look who's up to 6th place.
Cole Littlewood. Ricky Bly, 2.224 seconds over Ben Poland. Looks to me like Ricky Bly was Ben Poland's kryptonite.
Okay.
Yeah, he's increasing every lap. Four laps to go. Ricky Bly, Ben Poland, Hayden Scott, Cam Curtis, Cody Schoolcraft, your top 5. Want to give a big shout out to Route 103 Auto, Heads Up Motorsports, division sponsor for the late model sportsman. Also, Ace Tech's Tire and Auto, sponsor of tonight's racing festivities.
And we got 2 to go.
2 to go. Ricky Bly,
Taking the
unless
white flag.
something happens, guys. Ricky Bly, white flag in the air, 2.4 second lead. Ricky Bly will be burning down the house, his first Dean Smith Memorial victory.
And he got the monkey off his back.
Ricky Bly, Ben Poland, Hayden Scott, your top 3.
He just needed to be live on the internet.
Right. So what are you waiting for?
If you guys did not see, that would be Ricky Bly burning it down.
All righty.
We are not NASCAR, but we do have good graphics once in a while. It looks like a 2-year-old put that together, but pretty proud of that. If you guessed the top 3 correctly, please reach out to me. I will verify your timestamp, and we will put you in the drawing for an Original Wheelman weekend weapon shirt. It is a fan favorite for sure. Ricky Bly is definitely going to burn down this house, guaranteed. He is also leading the points in the NHSTRA ring race.
And your next ring race will be at Lee on July 30th.
Going to be a fun show there.
And the way it's looking right now with the car counts, they'll be able to get 4 tires for that one.
You don't want to say that too loud, because if you can't deliver, you're going to get a lot of bad people.
No.
Our camera on the backstretch has finally died, unfortunately.
21 cars, I can definitely do 4 tires.
Big congratulations to Ricky Bly. I know he has wanted to win this race since they started it. This is what he has been waiting for. Congratulations to Ricky Bly, Bly Motorsports. They are class acts. They help out a lot of people, not just them. Anybody has problems, anybody has questions, they're always willing to help. Congratulations to Ricky Bly, Ben Poland, Hayden Scott, Cam Curtis fourth, Cody Schoolcraft, Cole Littlewood, Craig Smith, Travis Cass, Kevin Vaudrian, Dylan Zulo, Steve Bly, Jack McClay. Round out your top 12. Cannot thank you guys enough for joining us on this broadcast. First one at Claremont Motorsports Park. A little bit of hiccups, but I think it all went pretty good.
It's only the 3rd one, and we got a long way to go.
You're just scratching the scratch, my friend.
So Friday night, if you guys like modified racing, Lee USA Speedway, Whitcomb 5 Series, going to be a great race.
With the truly hard seltzer 125.
Who are some of the other sponsors that help make it possible for that?
We got the New Hampshire Lottery and DraftKings.
Excellent.
And we have the Auto Mall and Fairfields have come on, and they've joined on now. They are the sponsor of Championship Weekend, too.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to turn now we're at the end, I'm going to turn these up all the way and shut the gate. That way we can get them. What's that?
I said it's a Mickey Mouse fucking operation. I worked around some lowlifes, but you guys took the cake.
What is that?
Thank you guys for all coming out. First place finisher tonight, Scott. Second place, Benny Poland. Benny, I know you pretty well. This is going to get pretty old if you keep saying second place. You guys are digging and digging, but just not quite enough to the front. Given the way the night started out, I'll take second place. We finished with all 4 tires on the car. All the body panels are still here, so it was a good night. Who do you got to thank, Ben? First and foremost, my dad, my uncle. These guys worked a ton of hours on the streets car all week long. Unfortunately, my life gets busier and busier, and I have less and less time for race cars, so they have really picked up the slack. Yeah, this one's for my soon-to-be-born son, Jameson. He should be here any day now. Thanks to all the fans for coming out and watching us, and all the competitors for coming out and having fun too. Your second place finisher tonight, Manny Poland. Well, Ricky found something he could fix this week. For the 9th time on the year, I get to interview you as a winner. You found something you can fix, that little bit of a body work over there you get to fix this week, but you look like that car was out for a Sunday drive up front there, buddy.
Of all races of the year, the Dean Smith Memorial race we've never won, we've never finished. So this was the one we won. This was the great car coming up in the schedule. And, Dean was such a great guy, always came in the shop, we did stuff for him, always helping Craig. Craig's a great kid. I mean, he's put this race on every year. Got us all this money, and I mean, look at it, we have 21 cars show up. It's pretty cool. But no, there's so many people. It's hard to come here without him. RSC Kathy, Ricky Brown, they top-notch guys there. Good stuff coming back. And 9 wins, 22 in 2 years, so I think they're pretty good. But of course, Y Machine, get her cut. Late on the game, my cousin Jeremy cut me a check for some tires. I said, I don't know if we need new tires because we put a whole crappy left front on for the heat race, and the car was 10 times better than what it was when it first started. But no, this is such a cool race to win. Finally do it.
Your feature winner tonight, Radical Ricky Bly.
Gary can be very difficult. Yes. I don't know. What's that? Because
And that wraps up victory lane for Ricky Bly. As you can see, he's never finished this race before. He's definitely excited for that one.
He wanted it. And,
Yeah, he did.
He earned that one. He put on a clinic tonight.
Yeah, he did. It was just a matter of him getting out front and getting the clean air, and
Once he got that, he was gone.
not having to worry about watching the nose and everything else with lap traffic. He hit that perfectly, and it was just a great night for him.
Yep. It was. Everything lined up.
But I agree with Ben saying that, he's happy with the second place finish. He's the one that the left front tire came off in practice. I don't think you were up here then. But yeah, you get towed off of the back straightaway with left front tire off the car.
Who's that?
Ben Poland,
Oh,
0.
yes.
So
Right.
so he had an awesome night. I don't know. It was a great race.
It was. All of them were tonight. All the races were good tonight. Hard racing and clean. So
Yep,
it was a good night.
definitely was. So as soon as we get Mark back here, we'll wrap things up and get off the air. But I know I got a message from Chris Jackman. You want to message Mark, and he'll verify the top 3. So what I see on here, yeah, you did get the top 3. It's just a matter of who else, if anybody else did, and what the timestamps are. So, but yeah, Mark's had to step out and talk with Mike Parks and wrap some things up there, and then we'll get him on here. We'll wrap up, but we got a lot of good things coming in the future with the NHSTRA, the inside and the HTRA, I should say, and everything we're doing with social media and everything else. And I'm excited for next weekend to see what he brings in store if he can make it. I've given him a hard time all night, and I understand he's got commitments at Loudon, and I get that.
You do. But yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend at Lee. That's for sure.
And that's part of the reason why some of the things are going on in the schedule we had to, because drivers leaving Loudon to get to Lee in time for practice, so we're gonna have to give some hot laps during the show, and
Yep.
It's going to be a time between your qualifying, Granite State Pro Stocks qualifying. Granite State's, I'm assuming you'll get the 23, 25 cars that we had at Monadnock, if not more.
They had the same amount here.
If not more. And then they're expecting 25 to 30 Granite State Pro Stocks.
Right. So you're looking at maybe 50 cars between the two series.
Exactly. And like I said before, it's 275 laps of feature racing just between the two of you guys.
Right.
So it's going to be a heck of a night.
All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap for Inside NHSTRA Claremont Motorsports Park Edition. Greg Whitcomb,
Yes.
thank you very much,
again,
buddy.
Mark. Appreciate
Good luck
it.
next
Thank
Friday
you.
night.
Yes.
Whitcomb 5 Series. Joe Bassett, you're always my buddy.
I'll see you Monday.
again Monday.
Yes.
I think this is going to be it for me this week. So we'll be out maybe not.
We'll see. I was just telling
Next Monday
I was
at
just
Lee.
telling Greg I've been giving you a hard time all night, but I understand you got commitments you have to do at at Loudon, and it is what it is.
If you can do Lee, great. If you can't, it's all understandable.
We'll let you watch it on Racing America.
Yeah, I don't subscribe, unfortunately. So, all right, guys,
I'll give you my sign-in.
We'll see you on the next one. For Mark Beaudry, Joe Bassett, Greg Whitcomb, this is Inside NHSTRA. Thank you very much. If anybody else other than Chris Jackman nailed the top 3, send me a message. I'll verify the timestamp, and then you will be drawn Monday night, Inside NHSTRA, 7 p.m., and that weekend weapon shirt will be yours. We'll see you next week. Have a good one, guys.
Good night.